Hello and welcome to the Codex Prime Podcast. We are on episode 133, and it is Tuesday, August 21st, 2018. I am your host, Victor Omoayo, and with me as always is my co-host and social media chair, Carl Byrd.
What's going on, y'all?
And once again, we're returning into the studio. We have three very special guests in the building: Kyle Chattman, Eddie Ortiz, Bryan Lopes, the U.W.O, Urban World Order.
What's going on, everybody?
We taking over. I had to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. As you may or may not have surmised, it's going to be all Wrestle Talk tonight. We're going to be talking about NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 and WWE SummerSlam taking place this past weekend at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
There's a lot to be said.
Oh yeah, a lot to be said.
I think everybody was on the same thread, and we're just like, I think in unison was just like, I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
The threads were popping this weekend.
Yes,
man.
they were.
Man, nearly $2,000 in comments and two threads. We got to shut down one thread and open up a new thread. You know, you're doing big things.
Yup, absolutely. And yeah, man, we got some new champions crowned this past weekend as well as one of them, which is totally undeserving, but we'll get into that.
I know Ronda Rousey got a great show early, man. I mean,
but before we get into the proceedings, we gotta throw a big shout out to our sponsor, Studio Headphones.
Studio Headphones. You can
Yes.
see Victor Premier fashionably rocking the Regent Whites.
Yep.
You know, Scandinavian design, 24 hours. Like, I can't even talk. I'm so excited about this.
Yes, 24-hour
Battery life. 20 days standby life, and they sound amazing.
Yep, they sound crystal clear. Bluetooth enabled. Yeah, it sounds like the opposite of a Roman Reigns promo, so it sounds beautifully smooth. So,
Just go to studio.com and use the promo code Codex to get 15% off.
that's right, and free shipping all across the U.S.
You can't beat that.
I tried them on. They feel a lot better than being a Cowboys fan. You know what I mean?
To that I will say that Kurt Hawkins is doing the Dallas Cowboys gimmick really, really well.
Oh, you're done.
I'll take that. You know what? I'll take that for right now. I can't think of anything. I mean,
Hey, at least you still got debt. No, you don't.
Oh, throw up the X.
we still got five.
Jason Witt? No, wait. No,
That's all right. Tavon Austin and Allen Hurst, they can deliver. We still got Zeke and Dak.
Alan Hearns from the Jaguars? Alan Hearns? Oh, I'm sorry.
We got
So we're talking about wrestling.
But yeah, should we get into it, fellas?
Yes.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, so we got the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. TakeOver NXT shows, man, they always bring the house down every year in Brooklyn. This is like NXT's WrestleMania, in my opinion, and this year is no exception. We had 5 solid matches, all the NXT championships on the line. First match that kicked off was for the NXT Tag Team titles, the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong defending against Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven.
First of all, shout outs to Brian because he went to the NXT show in low mask.
Yes,
Like
I
a
did.
couple, what was it? Thursday?
It was last Thursday. I was not expecting to even go. I literally thought about it as I'm pulling into my driveway. I'm like, damn, I kind of want to go to NXT. Babe, want to go to NXT? Big debate. Ended up going to NXT. Had a ball.
Showed me,
Had
yo.
a
He
ball.
said, I was like, yo, you had to send me Undisputed
Adam
Era.
Cole pop.
The Adam Cole pop.
The Adam Cole pop was serious.
Serious.
Oh, man.
It was that, and Velveteen Dream was over.
I didn't believe he was there. I was like, video or it ain't happening.
Yep. So no, but that show at NXT Low was very, very good. I know we're gonna talk about TakeOver, but a match that you guys didn't see, and I hope they do it on NXT, is Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne. They tore the house down. That place was going nuts for every maneuver, every little cell. Velveteen Dream at the end of the night after
Don't spoil the winner.
well, it's a house show. You know, Yeah, Velveteen lost. Pete Dunne's still champion. But yeah, after the match was over, the place gave Velveteen a standing ovation, and it will lead up to what I got to say about Velveteen later
Wow,
on.
that was a UK title defense?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I told you those things happen.
Dude, like,
They
Yeah.
do happen.
House shows.
Yes.
Come on.
Once every Universal Championship reign, you get a unit, you know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Universal titles, rare things to see.
Which
nowadays.
title? Which title was seen last? The Universal title or the UK title? At least one is back.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Is it? It's back, you say? Oh.
But yeah, man. That
Oh,
undisputed.
you've been ready. He's been ready.
Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know what's about to happen.
But yo, like I gotta say, like the Undisputed Era and Mustache Mountain, they're like the two MVPs of the tag team division, like anywhere in tag team wrestling. Like, cause this match was like
Like I was saying earlier,
fire.
just like the last takeover when you had you Undisputed Era versus what was it, Denny Orkin.
Birch and Lorcan, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were there too, by the way.
Fire match.
Yeah.
They just repeated it again. I don't think these guys can put on a bad match with these British guys.
No, not at
Undisputed Era cannot put out a bad match when you put them in the ring with some British guys.
I still haven't seen a bad Undisputed Era match, period.
Exactly.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really, really damn good.
Yeah, and like there was one part in the match which like Roderick Strong got Trent Seven in like the elevated Boston Crab, the stronghold.
Yeah.
And then Kyle O'Reilly got Tyler Bate in a triangle chokehold.
Yeah.
And then Tyler Bate, yo, this dude has freakish strength. He just lifted him up with the one arm, held him up in midair for 2 seconds, and then threw him right in Roderick Strong. I was like, and then the crowd like stood up, gave him a standing O.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Tyler Bate definitely needs to be featured full time.
Oh,
You know, even though probably be 205 Live, I got no complaints with that. He could probably put on some major matches down 205 Live with like Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, Buddy Murphy.
Say it. Leo Rush. You gotta add Leo Rush to me. I'm sorry, I probably am the only
still
Leo
not
Rush.
sure.
I'm the only Leo Rush fan here in the building. Give it some time because he's gonna be taking that title.
I just
Oh,
want
yeah,
to know
okay.
what in the world is a 205 Live, right?
It's a thing on the network. You gotta
Oh,
watch
okay.
it.
Yeah, so
It'll be on tonight.
it involves those smaller guys that don't get the big dog pop. You know.
Yeah.
You mean
Actual pops?
But they're still,
I'll save it.
but they're all more talented.
Yeah.
Yes.
I stopped watching 205 Live literally when Enzo got fired.
And that was the worst.
That
time
was
to-
the worst
That's what
time
my-
to stop
that was-
watching.
That's what made me stop watching. I thought it was a terrible product.
You were watching it during a terrible product
Product
moment.
time, Yeah. I will say this about this tag match because, like I said, being at the show at Lowell, they actually had this match up there.
Oh, word.
It was the very first match, and I've been to 2 NXT shows prior to big pay-per-views, and what they like to do at those house shows is pretty much, we're gonna break the fourth wall here. They'll go over the match. They'll do certain spots like the Tyler Bate when he had Kyle O'Reilly up on his shoulder and did the big swing with Roddy. They did that there. The burning hammer spot, they did that there. The Tyler Bate springboarding off the rope, they did that there. The only thing they didn't do there was the ending. The ending of the match was completely different from what I saw at Lowell. It was the same outcome, but it was a bit. But the Lowell match, the place went nuts, and that's why I even told Carl, I'm like, yo, when you guys see Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain, it's going to kill it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Honestly, I think we can all agree they killed it again.
Yeah, they did. And I also like it when Kyle O'Reilly just like guitar strums the bell. Oh man, that's just so cool.
I need to buy a belt for that. Just to walk around the house.
A belt, you say?
Yeah, one of those.
Dad.
And hopefully like Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, maybe they'll do big things either in NXT or NXT UK whenever that appears on the network.
Yeah,
Because
they started running promos for it.
yeah, because like
That'd be a smart move to make Tyler Bate a cornerstone over there.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, hands down.
yeah. And
I gave it 5. I gave the match 5 stars.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it like maybe 4.5 at the low end.
Really?
And maybe on the low end, five stars. I won't dispute
Man,
that.
that was an
must be a-
amazing match to kick the night off.
I must be a
It
tough
was.
critic. I gave it 3.
3?
Wow.
I gave it
That's-
3.
that's
I
low.
literally gave it
You
3.
just don't like tag team matches.
No, it's I just
Teddy Long
knew-
hates you.
I just thought it was a 3, man.
They probably would have got 5
That
stars.
was a
They were
damn good
vests.
match. I mean, don't
They
get
came
me
out
wrong.
wearing some sort of vest or something like that. And
And big shout outs to Odina watching. She says she's super jealous. She wants a shirt.
Oh, cool. These cost $33. You got to take the logo and go down Hammer Square Mall. We don't have one.
You
so-
can wear it later on.
Oh.
As a
I
matter of
call
fact.
that. Oh,
as a matter of fact.
Adina.
Oh, go ahead.
I want that pin.
Heads up.
Oh, life is living my good life. I ain't going back.
Oh, which pin is that?
The Kenny Omega.
Right
You got
on.
to show it to the camera, man. Let everybody see it.
Yes. Yeah, you put it close to you.
Yeah, change the world, man.
That's right. She's like, I'm gonna give it to him. He can have it.
Oh, she gets such a big hug from me now.
what's
Omega's
up.
okay. I mean, he's no Roman, but he's okay.
Of course, there's no Roman. I mean,
oh, thank God he's no Roman.
I mean, Kenny Omega would embarrass Roman Reigns in the ring. Like he would make him rethink his life. Never mind his career.
He's got about half of the NXT roster right now.
It's
Yeah.
debatable. Debatable. Debatable.
But yeah, at the end, Undisputed Era, they retained the tag team titles. Great match, great kickoff. And, Undisputed Era, 2-time tag team champions. I think they're the second team to win the tag team titles twice after the Revival.
Yes.
Revival RIP, unfortunately. But
Leave them boys alone.
Actually,
Hashtag FTR.
I think they're going to get a push.
I think
I
so
hope
too.
so.
I think so too.
yeah.
Because
I hope
the Matt
not.
Hardy situation, I think they're going to get it. He's the only hater. Don't worry.
Yeah. I just do not like the Revival at all. They just never sat well with me. I just never liked them. They have one good match against DIY down in NXT. It just not my cup of tea for some reason.
You're just trying to get free tickets from Cody, aren't you, man?
You are listening. I am all in.
Me too.
That's what she said.
You can give me a ticket. I will hitchhike my way over there. Don't worry about it. I'll sleep outside.
U.W.O has no problem coming to represent in Chicago. I'm just saying, throwing it out, Cody, if you're listening.
Yeah. But yeah, man, big ups to Undisputed Era and Mustache Mountain for that match.
I thought Mustache Mountain was going to pull it out, though. Not going to lie.
Yeah, they could have. It was anybody's match.
That's
at
what I
that
love about
point.
those matches because the same thing with the last takeover. You would at the end, I was cheering for the other guys, like, oh my god, these guys could do it.
And then
Like
when
they-
the War Raiders came out from
yeah.
under the ring, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be something serious.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
This is like in time for War Game. If they do War Games again, are they gonna do War Games
Yes,
again?
they are doing war. It is confirmed.
It's confirmed.
It is confirmed.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Like,
I just wish they would have came up with something better than the War Raiders. I know they wanted to keep the War Machine kind of thing going, but War Raiders.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Well, it's better than Mustache Mountain. Who thought that was a good name?
That was their name. That was their name over in progress. And
I like
stuff.
Mustache Mountain.
yeah, I like that, especially when they come out.
Doing this, oh yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of,
Oh my
before I forget, at the end of this show, after we're done, I got a video that I know you will love. It has to do with what happened after the NXT Lowell show was over. I got to show you that after.
Oh,
Remind
okay.
me to- Just remind me to show you that.
all right.
And then you had the next match.
Sorry, viewers.
Yep.
Sorry.
Next match on the card, we had Velveteen Dream versus EC3 1-on-1.
4 stars.
4 stars? I give it 4 stars.
Yeah, 4.5 because finally Dream pulled it
He
out.
got a win. He
gotta win that
a
takeover.
win.
He needed a
He's
big
He's
win.
not the welcome mat.
And I don't care what anybody says, Velveteen Dream stole the entire weekend with those trunks.
Oh yeah.
This man has balls the size of Texas to put "Call Me Up Vince" on his ass. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. See, I was done. I was dying laughing.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
Triple H didn't even know that he was gonna do it either.
They said they didn't know it.
Yeah.
Hey, Carl, what
Sorry.
is my nickname from you?
The most diabolical hater this side of the Mississippi.
That was a 3-star to me, man.
Honestly,
3 to me, man.
I agree.
You mean
was a
They're a
3.
bit.
you mean it's an EC3 star match?
Oh, is this going to be a thing? Is this going to be a thing?
I gave it the same level as the Undisputed Era, man.
Kyle is on his Dave Metzer kick right now.
Just go ahead and fat shame somebody
Anything
real
outside
quick.
of a certain person ain't getting 5
You'll
stars.
see in a second. Don't worry.
I'll say this. I'm actually with Kyle on this one. I like the match.
Somebody
I-
agrees with me.
No, I like the match. It was a very good match, but something just felt off the entire way.
Yeah.
Like the pacing was really good in it. EC3 just doesn't look like he fits the NXT mold.
He's more of a main
Main
roster
roster
guy.
guy.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was listening to Stone Cold's podcast like before I got here.
Yeah.
And they were reviewing, this past week, the events of this past weekend. He said, and he had Wade Keller
Yep.
on. He said the exact
Yeah.
same thing. Like Vince would freaking love the shit out of
It's going to
EC3.
be a reverse of what they usually do. Horrible on NXT and then great on the
Main roster.
Yeah.
It's something about him. Like when you compare all these matches and you see the styles and stuff, EC3 is a really good worker, but the pace that NXT has, he just like. Not saying that he's slow. He's not a slow wrestler. He's not sloppy or anything
But
like
he's
that.
he's more of the methodical powerhouse.
Yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's more of a powerhouse, and he would definitely fit better up on the main roster. I didn't hate the match, but I didn't love it. So
See him on
Yeah.
SmackDown or Raw.
I can see Raw.
I was
on
gonna say
Raw.
I would say Raw. Because Raw,
Because of,
Raw
his
needs
perso-
healed.
because of his persona and everything, I would see him on Raw because Vince would love to have him be coming out there that cocky, rich guy heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope they don't like Bobby Roode him on the main roster.
Ooh.
Like take away the elements
it's
that make him good.
possible.
Poor Bobby
But that'd be,
It's
that'd be twice. They
He
already
had potential. And
they
then
already
it was
screwed
just-
it. They already screwed him in the past. Like this time around, you would hope they would learn from previous mistakes.
Get the shovel.
Same thing with Drew McIntyre. They buried him.
Well, from what I
And
heard,
then-
Drew McIntyre was his problem. He had an attitude problem.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
thought he was.
Well,
he
he was
thought
a-
he was a shit.
He was anointed the shit. He
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
in and when
The
you
chosen one.
when
Yeah,
you
I
get when you
remember
get anointed by the owner of the company, you know your ego's gonna blow up, Roman Reigns. So
Yep.
I'm sorry. I heard the GOAT.
I didn't say Tom Brady.
Oh.
Yes.
I will take that one.
I was waiting for that setup.
Nah, Roman can win with fully inflated gloves. He doesn't need the partially inflated gloves.
Don't you think? Don't you think it's overly pumped?
Just pump it.
But I will say I agree with you guys. I thought that Velveteen Dream and EC3 they showed more chemistry in the promos leading up to the match.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
did.
I love the promos.
They sold the match.
I love the promos, even though
Yeah.
they were so like the pool scene one was so over the top and so badly acted that I loved it.
Yeah, that was like straight out of a soap opera.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah. And Velveteen Dream's like the promo that he had like a couple weeks ago where he just whispered random words in the camera and you see the
Yes.
words in the back. That was so hilarious. Like it's like NXT Philadelphia.
Lights, ambiance.
I just really hope
Loved it. I
they,
loved
they, they keep
Yeah.
the Velveteen Dream the way he is and work from that on the main roster. Don't turn him into some sort of gay gimmick or some stupid gimmick or something or some joke gimmick.
You can
Yeah.
actually see that he's actually growing more and more
Yeah.
into the gimmick.
You talk about homegrown. That is the epitome. That kid's the epitome of homegrown.
Yo, he's gonna
Yeah.
be. Yeah, he's gonna be a star.
I know.
Shawn Michaels. Yeah, Shawn. That's Shawn Michaels'
Shawn's
baby.
baby,
He's
yeah.
he's working. He's
working with
working
Velveteen.
with Shawn.
He's good. He's good. The kid's
Yeah.
good.
And I'll say
yeah.
this really quick because the other day we were talking about it on the U.W.O podcast, which you can download for free on Anchor. Oh, cheap plug, gotta throw that in there. We were talking. Thank you. We were talking about
Pause
NXT.
after the plug, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have a lot to discuss tonight. But,
We do,
But
we do.
But we were talking about how about NXT call-ups, and I said I honestly don't want to see an NXT call-up after SummerSlam because there's a lot of guys down there that you can still do so much with. Velveteen is definitely one of those guys. Like, as much as he had the call-up Vince thing on his trunks, right now would not be a good time for him.
No.
Just imagine that pop if, God forbid, WrestleMania weekend, Velveteen Dream is becoming your new NXT World Champion. That place will go bananas in New York if a guy like Velveteen does it.
Yeah.
And it will be in Brooklyn again, right?
Next.
WrestleMania, because I know they're in MetLife.
You're gonna be in.
I
Yeah.
thought it was in Dallas.
No, they're
No, this upcoming WrestleMania is gonna be in New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So
because
it'll probably be in
Barclays again.
No, I don't think they'll do
They
Barclays.
can't do MSG because that's sold out.
Yep.
Yeah, so Barclays.
Different subject. That's it.
Throwing that one in there too.
Yeah, and at the end of
We
Velveteen
may
Dream.
have to get together for that. I don't know what to choose. That's gonna be the most. That's gonna be the most like heartbreaking decision that we're gonna have to
A lot of
make.
people are gonna be calling out of work.
Which
I'm sick all weekend.
Which child do you really love?
And I'm
Yo, that's exactly what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
picking your favorite child, man. Oh,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to go with the firstborn, man.
Oh man! And at the end of this match, Velveteen Dream, he won with a rolling Death Valley Driver on the apron, hit the
That
purple
was
Rainmaker.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Pinned it 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
That purple rainmaker, man. That's
Yeah, it's my second favorite elbow drop in the business today.
And I
Kyrie
I
Sane.
know who your first one is. and
Oh,
I got something
I
to say
got the
about that
same
too.
one.
Yeah.
Kyrie is beautiful, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we had the next match, which is currently playing in the background right now on my TV. Ricochet versus Adam Cole, baby.
Baby.
Match of the year
Baby!
For the
candidate.
for the NXT North American Championship.
Man,
Woo!
spot of the year.
Yeah, spot match of,
How you
match
ta-
of the year.
You
Spot
take
of
a
the
super
year.
kick straight to the face, upside down.
Down.
You know what? You know
Oh,
what I always
like-
say about timing and precision.
Yeah.
That
Talk about
is
timing and
and
precision.
That was perfect.
precision. Perfect.
Yeah. Like a super kick to Ricochet's face in the middle of a moonsault. Like,
Yo,
yo,
to his neck.
to his neck, he had like a welt right
Yeah,
there.
you watch
yeah.
it slow motion, you just see his whole head jerking around. I'm like, oh yes, that looked
Like,
lovely.
And to think, like, if Adam Cole was a kicker on the Cowboys, they'd be winning Super Bowls. Like, I'm just saying, if
Let's not go that far.
But yeah, but I'm just saying. But Dan Bailey is the most accurate kicker in the league, so
I don't, well,
it's statistically said.
He's not a
So
five.
y'all can kiss my ass.
Well, that's because Adam Vinatieri got old and went to the Colts. But if you recall,
Don't call
Adam
it, don't
Vinatieri, best kicker ever.
Snowball.
Can we stop getting
So
the
I'm gonna
Let's
so
keep talking about the Patriots
wait,
and the
wait.
Cowboys.
so I'm gonna tuck my shirt in real quick.
oh.
I mean, we would talk about the Panthers, but I'm kind of afraid to touch it, you know. So, ooh, football. I'm gonna jump on it.
Are the Panthers still a thing?
Huh?
Are the Panthers still a thing?
I guess.
Okay.
Cam's there.
What y'all
Getting back on subject.
Yeah, back on subject.
Okay.
Yo, match of the year, spot of the year, match of the whole weekend,
Really?
hands down.
I give it 2 stars, man. I'm kidding.
The
There's
face
the
he
door.
made.
It was a 5
You,
star,
sir, was
man.
about to get escorted
I know,
outside.
right? No, that was 5-star, hands down, no question.
Bye.
Yeah.
It's all right, Kyle. It was a joke.
But
I kind of like.
The vein, man. Wow.
So, like Ricochet and Adam Cole, these are 2 bona fide main event talents, dude.
Definitely.
And,
Yes.
They should already be on
yeah, and
the
like
roster.
yeah, and yeah, this match was awesome. Like from that spot we mentioned to the 630 move that
That
Ricochet
he
had Adam
stands
Cole.
up after he hits it too.
Yeah.
Like not only does he hit it, but he hits it and just pops right up.
Straight
Like
up,
nothing
yeah.
happened.
Like,
Yeah.
I really thought that was a move that they were not going to let him use on a frequent basis. That was going to be one of those pull it out for the big match kind of
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
But that is sick. Like you just looking at it, you're like, come on, keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating. Oh, thank
And the
God.
thing is too, is like, dope when he freaking hit when he hit the gainer over the ropes, it's still hurricaned him off the top.
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
That
crazy,
was-
man.
The only other time I seen that was Meta League during the Cruiserweight Classic tournament.
Yeah.
I think it was him and TJP that he pulled that
I
off.
don't even think it was that clean, though.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't that clean.
No.
Do you know how pissed I was because I ordered Uber Eats and it came my delivery came right in the middle of that match.
Oh.
I mean, if my Uber rating I just
Call him
dropped.
back
My
and just
Uber
say,
rating
"Hold on."
dropped. Because that was like the quickest high and buy. Thank you.
Thanks.
I mean, hey, Baron Corbin's got to eat too, you know.
Oh man.
I didn't order from TGI Fridays.
Oh,
And I will say this about Ricochet too. I know a lot of people give us like smart Mark fans a lot of crap that you guys are dick riding Kenny Omega. Ricochet, I don't know a move that he doesn't do better than anybody else. You pick a move that this man does compared to anybody else. You watch it side by side. He does everything better than anybody. Flips, landings, like
I think the flips AJ Styles has something to say.
I don't
with
know.
that one, man. They're pretty
AJ
much
slowing
neck
down
and
a
neck.
little bit, but man, Ricochet
40.
right now.
Yeah.
That DDP yoga can only take you so much.
Like this, but like every move this man, like as he's climbing the top rope right now in the background, everything this man does.
You know what's crazy? He could
He
have done
doesn't Superman
something.
punch, though. You know, there's no Superman punch in his repertoire.
Yeah, because you know that.
He don't need it.
Yeah,
Oh, this move right here.
Yeah, I was about to say, here it
Gorgeous,
comes right
man.
here.
oh yeah, like
We
right now.
can't
we're sorry for everybody who's watching right now, but yeah,
because yeah.
Yeah, because right now Adam Cole's on the apron. Ricochet, he's revving up, he's sizing him up right now, and then he's running across the ring, jumps over the top rope, hits the Hurricane Rana to the outside.
To the outside.
Floats right
I
over the top.
yo, shout out to Nick Thomas. He's watching, but I'm just
Did
like,
you hear that crowd when he pulled that off, man?
Yeah.
Oh, crowd lost it.
yo, the
Yeah.
crowd had to been on their feet like,
Yeah.
the whole time.
Oh, he's gonna hit this. He's gonna hit the 630, which I call the Contra roll. If you remember Contra. Yeah.
With the flamethrower,
Trademark
right?
it.
Yep. I call it the Contra roll.
it stands right up.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. I used to do that in my heyday.
3.
I was like, wait, the truth should be coming out in 3, 2, 1.
Oh man.
Thought it may be in a pool or something. I ain't doing that.
I'm actually mad that Ricochet won this because he's not getting called up because he's not a champion, man. He should be on.
No,
Raw.
actually, I like
No,
him when
no,
because it
keep
opens
him,
up Adam
keep-
Cole
yeah.
to go to the NXT title.
But
To move
okay,
him
yeah,
up.
right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, if you're gonna say have him get called up, I'm like, no.
No.
If Adam Cole gets caught up, it has to be with the whole crew
Yes,
Yeah.
they all have to debut at the same time.
because
Now
that main roster Raw pop. Once you hear shock, the system.
But
like,
do you do
it's-
Raw or do you go SmackDown?
Nah, Sanity's on SmackDown. See what they did to
Oh
them.
God, I
Try-
don't want to talk about
try
that.
him out.
Imagine Shields in the ring, all of a sudden, shock the system.
Yo, forget.
Okay.
Why do you want to bury the Undisputed Era, man? I mean, if they're going there on Roman, they're done, man. Come on.
Bruh.
Right.
Bruh.
I mean, Kyle O'Reilly versus Seth Rollins.
That would be perfect.
Yes.
I'm actually glad you said Kyle O'Reilly.
Either 4 of them versus Seth Rollins.
Kyle
Yeah.
O'Reilly.
Like,
Yeah, any 4 of them really. It's like that's match of the year material.
I'll say this: I want to see Roddy versus Roman because he will chop the hell out of that vest, and it still will echo throughout the arena.
He'll get his
Well, he
hand through that
ultimately
mess.
lose, but you know, and that's okay.
Vince's call.
Some people go over, some people get over.
True.
Oh.
Facts.
Shout out to Bully Ray for that one.
Facts. So yeah.
So we're looking for a third person next week.
Yeah. Then we. Yeah.
Listen, I
so-
put y'all together for a reason. I knew this would work.
Oh yeah, man, we're having a ball doing it, man.
No, I just
Oh,
love
yeah.
listening to you guys.
And thank you, and honestly, thank you guys for allowing us to come back here again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
yeah,
We
it's our
had
pleasure.
to do
Shout out
this.
for showing us love all the time.
Yeah, seriously.
We might be the
right
B
on.
team right now, but you know,
Oh.
B team. B team.
Go, go, go.
No, no.
We'll get to We'll get to them too.
Oh yeah. Yo,
Y'all, look at it, find that theme song.
yo, B team, the golden lovers of the WWE. Oh
I
man,
can't
so
believe that worked, man.
yeah.
I'm happy it worked. I'm happy it worked because them two needed something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tired of hearing about Curtis training part-timers and helping part-timers get back in shape to come back and do one match. Like, show that man some respect. You know his lineage?
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
For real.
And now Bo is big brother because Bray Wyatt, he's
It's kind of in limbo right now.
yeah, man.
I know what's going on with him.
Oh, we know what's going on with him.
Oh yeah.
Listen, stop.
I knew.
Don't
See,
bring
that's why I
that
didn't
up,
want to say
man.
nothing.
We know what's bringing. Listen, I almost had my heart broken this weekend.
Oh, that
Fucking
Luke
Luke
Gallows.
Gallows.
Son of a.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
I love her.
I congratulated him. I tweeted back, congratulations, good brother. Just to find out I got played.
oh my god.
I love her.
Wait. Can we please explain this? I know my girl's watching right now. She's a huge fan of Nia. Please explain what just occurred with Gallows and Nia.
Okay, so shout out to Odina. She's the truth. I'm probably just gonna call her Odina the truth now. But Luke Gallows tweeted, and I wish I can bring the tweet up. But he tweeted that him and Nia Jax was dating.
The internet exploded.
Pretty much.
I was ready to fight. I don't give a damn.
Many of men were sending hate mail towards Luke Gallows.
It's you and
This
Jim.
guy, I put 2 hands for that one.
I found out about it after they broke up.
And then
I honestly
Nia,
didn't know until they broke up.
Yeah.
and then Nia confirmed that the next day that they weren't together. I shouted. I went to church on that one.
Wow.
Was it
I
hashtag?
caught the Holy Ghost.
Was it hashtag one day relationships?
Listen, I was just thankful. That's literally finding out about a sale a day too late.
Oh, that's the worst,
They
man.
were selling
Can I
Bentleys
get a
for
ring check
$1.
at least? Yeah.
They were selling Bentleys for $1 yesterday. What the hell?
Yeah, but yeah, you know, only some men can only dream, right, Cowboys fan? But anyway,
First of all, whoa.
let's
It's all right, man.
But yeah, Ricochet, your new North American champion. Looking forward to the rematch. Then we got the NXT Women's Championship match. Shayna Baszler defending against Kairi Sane, which is coming up on my TV screen right
Definitely.
now.
I thought that was good. That was pretty good.
Solid
First of
match.
all, like I just love Dina more and more and more. She just said, she needs to go lesbian and date me.
Oh, Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay, so yeah, Kairi Sane and
You would be a lucky son of a bitch. I was like,
You have no idea.
so yeah, Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler, 2 prime athletes in the women's division. Shayna Baszler has that bully gimmick down pat.
Love it.
You know, just terrorizing the women's division, going up against Kairi Sane, who says, "You know it, I can beat you." This is a solid match, man, and you know it could have gone either way. I was cheering for Kairi Sane, but part of me thought that maybe Shayna would retain.
that
but-
was the beauty of this match.
No,
Yeah.
that was the surprise match of the night.
Yeah.
4.5 stars.
Shayna Baszler
Totally agree.
has come so far
Oh yeah.
that I am actually on board with her right now because the leg spots, you legitimately thought she was breaking Kyrie's
Yeah.
leg.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
She stepped on it.
How
She does that.
the whole bully mentality in the ring, the pushing her around, bullying her,
Yep.
so perfectly made Kyrie look strong, made Kyrie look believable.
Yep.
Like it takes 2 to tango, and Shayna Baszler came and she had all her right moves. She
Oh, yeah.
made that match like I give big props to Shayna Baszler. She really came along.
But what was dope about it too is like we saw a new like personality out of Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember, I said this on the thread. Kyrie looks like she's straight out of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
But when she started screaming, getting flipped out, like flipping out, started, getting frustrated, and
You half expected her to go Super Saiyan.
yeah, I was waiting for it.
By the way, my new fantasy, Asuka, Kyrie, hentai. Oh, oof. Those
Anyway,
two. Oh, come on.
Just so you guys
Have you
know,
seen some of these?
and I
Man,
gotta say this.
Asuka, Kyrie, and some cosplay?
When I tell you my rating, you guys are gonna be mad, but there's a reason why. You said 4.5.
yes.
I gave it 3. Reason being is because I'm used to these lone women's match of NXT to steal the show. Sasha and Bailey was perfect. That match was a match of the year, and I was a woman doing it. I compare everything to that, and this one didn't quite have that.
Yeah, but it was them. It wasn't. You can't hold on to that.
huge
I
difference-
can
the
hold on
huge
to that
difference-
forever.
No, see, the huge difference was that in real life, you could believe Sasha and Bailey fighting each other, but in real life, Shayna Baszler would destroy Kyrie.
Yeah, that's why I thought she was going
Okay?
Raw.
So that's why it made it like Shayna Baszler did her job of making Kyrie look believable to people that she could beat her. But in actuality, in real life, Shayna would have just ate her alive.
Allegedly.
Did we just say eat her
That's what
alive?
she said.
the opinions and views of Eddie Ortiz are his and his alone, and do not reflect those of the Codex Prime podcast.
I will say this about this match, and this is a wrestling term that like insiders use a lot, is face in peril.
Yeah.
Kyrie, throughout that match, was a face in peril. She was getting destroyed by Shayna. Shayna was bullying the hell out of her. Kyrie, when she started hulking up and getting that big comeback, it came off looking very well.
Yeah.
And I know you said you were talking about your favorite elbow.
Yep.
I actually was able to see it, and she literally did it at the corner where we were sitting at the show.
Yep.
The way she goes up, going like this, cocking the arm all the way up, bringing it down, it really looks beautiful,
Yeah.
especially in person. And she hits it so well. And the impact, it's literally very last second, bam, elbow drops down. So whether you're prepared for it or not, it looks beautiful. Like you were talking about the Purple Rainmaker too. That looks really good, but I'm sorry, man. I haven't seen an elbow that Kyrie throws like that since Savage.
Oh yeah.
And I love the ending of the match. It
Yes.
made it kept Shayna looking strong. It gave that surprise element. It made it, like it shows Shayna's still a rookie and Kyrie's more of a veteran. So there's just loved how it played out, had her choking out, and just that fluke pin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Keeps
there was-
everybody looking good.
yeah,
And the
they-
crowd was actually up and excited during that part.
Yeah.
I love it when WWE decides to end the match on a whim.
Yeah.
When you got the crowd building, they're already at the apex. You give them a little bit more, and then bam, it's over. It's just like what?
Like, wait,
what
what?
just happened?
yeah.
Yeah, I love when they
And
do
then with
stuff
the
like
emotion,
It's
with her
almost like
emotion
Triple H knows
afterwards.
what he's doing,
Yeah.
Vince. It's
Yeah.
weird, Vince. It's weird.
Dude, wait, what was the crowd chanting the second Triple H came out?
that.
NXT.
NXT.
Yeah, and like there was genuine emotion on Kairi Sane's face when she won the title.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
She was in tears.
Yeah.
But I do have to point out one bad thing. Who the hell was that referee? And please send her away. I understand she probably was like the first female ref.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I could hear her through the whole freaking match.
Oh, she was
Yes.
calling spots.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Oh,
could hear her clear as day through the whole match. I'm like, this girl, somebody turn her mic down or something on her. Like, she
Yeah.
just looks so out of place.
And speaking of which, shout outs to Kayla Braxton, the way she was looking that night.
Kayla Braxton, she was
In
the
person
We missed,
too.
we missed.
Oh,
she was the ring announcer for the NXT Takeover show. Very well tailored dress. I forget which brand it was. I don't know if it's Gucci or if it's a
I think it
Versace,
was
but
Versace. I think it
Hold
was
on, hold
Versace.
on. I'm a little thirsty.
Gentlemen.
The thirst is real.
What color was it exactly? Because I really didn't.
I think it was like a grayish.
there we
oh,
go.
it was gold.
Right there.
Oh, it's like, oh, she's there.
Look at the sequin design.
Oh, look, see, you
Yep.
speak the name. It's like Candyman.
And I will say this.
That's the most feared black man in all in the black community.
Tony Todd is a scary looking dude though.
I will say this for us gentlemen. Her and JoJo compared, no comparison. JoJo wins hands down.
Oh, hands
Oh,
down.
yeah.
I mean,
trust me,
trust me,
You gotta stay on Nia Jax. JoJo is mine, all right?
No, I'm just letting you know. If
I love her.
Do you see what we have to deal with on this podcast? You know, the thirst is too real.
Well,
should
we
check
know
out
what's
the
gonna be
credits.
on. We know what's gonna be on the line when the Street Fighter competition comes.
Oh.
Love for Nia Jax. Winner walks out
Whoa,
with
whoa,
Nia.
whoa, whoa! He can have 9. I'm taking JoJo.
But I love her.
No,
Why do I feel like Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson can start singing? Doom, doom, the girl is mine.
Oh my god.
at least we'll remember
Actually, I
the
think
lyrics.
it-
Mommy Lashley.
Actually, hold on. I do.
Rock and Robin.
Oh, there is some competition between us for our love for JoJo.
Who? Ray Gomes?
Dina.
Yeah. Oh, my girl loved JoJo ass too, boy. You don't even know. Yes, say it.
No.
But
How about this for the battle? Team JoJo versus Team Nia. Do that.
You don't want to do that.
Y'all look
man.
like y'all ready to hit each other.
I gotta fight every night to prove my love.
The 5 hot rings. Y'all know nothing about that.
Anyway, I think either Carl or Brian they brought up a good idea that maybe Shayna Baszler, if she gets called up to the main roster, she could be like Stephanie McMahon's enforcer, and maybe she can take
Yes,
on.
I was saying
That was you, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I
Oh,
was
you
saying
had
that
it,
last
yeah.
night. Is, you know, because she's ready to come up. So it's just a matter of time. And after that spot with Ronda and Steph, you know, who does Steph turn to? She can't, you know, none of the girls outside the ring.
What
They're supposed to be.
the hell
They're
was
supposed to be
that?
afraid of
Oh,
Ronda.
that was bad.
Yeah.
What
Shayna-
was that?
Yeah, it was bad, but it kind of sets up perfectly for Steph to come back and say, you know, I have somebody to back me up.
Yeah,
Shayna Baszler shows up.
It's like I need someone with UFC experience.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
But isn't she part of the 4 Horsewomen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna do the 4
They can do
horsewomen
that.
thing,
Yeah.
but that's not gonna happen for another maybe 2 years because
Yeah.
the other one, I
The other
forget
two, they
the-
signed, but
Yeah.
they signed, but they're still like.
One of them already debuted at NXT. The other one's still training to debut.
I
So
think it's
that's why I said,
Sheena.
yeah, I don't know that.
There's a-
Roddy's wife. Roddy's wife. I think.
Jessamine Duke and
Yeah.
forget the
Serena
other one.
Schaefer.
That's why I
Yeah,
said it's time for
that.
Baszler to come up because that you know the other two are coming in. And you're gonna have half the roster full of MMA girls.
Yeah.
Destroying the woman,
and-
by the way. Yeah.
And if you notice, like before this match, Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane, when they showed Ronda Rousey sitting in the front row with one of the 4 horsewomen, I think it was just
No,
me
it was both
Duke.
of them. It was
Yeah.
both of them.
Both of
Yeah.
them, like the crowd was booing them, like boo, like oh man, maybe this is like maybe the crowd's getting a little sick of Ronda Rousey. That's why
Yeah.
that's why I said that maybe they'll turn on her quick as soon as she wins
No,
the women's title.
they're precursing that match because there was also a clip on Twitter where Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley were all sitting around doing their makeup, and you can just hear all 4 of them going woo, throwing up the 4 horsemen. So they're definitely planting the seeds, but
would be
maybe
good.
2 years off on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
That definitely not enough time to set that up for WrestleMania
Evolution, man.
this year.
No.
No,
No.
not even.
No.
Not even
Oh,
I
close
think it's
to
a little
that.
too
Please
soon.
tell me, have you guys heard what they have planned for Evolution? Because I am so mad.
Trish and
about
Alexa?
that.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
new
Trish
girls
and
versus
Alexa.
old girls?
Trish and Alexa, Ronda versus Nikki.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
Nikki
my
Bella?
Yes. Why do you think the
John
Bellas were
Cena's
around?
ex-girl.
Yeah.
The Bella
Why-
twin
Yes.
Yeah.
versus Ronda.
The bigger boob one.
And that's the one we're
The
supposed
fake
to
bigger boob one. Yeah.
The one that sucks
It's called
worse in the
Zero,
ring.
though, man. You know, it tastes the same.
The sad part is Nikki's. I personally feel Nikki's the worst of the two in the ring, but it's
Yeah.
not here.
Yeah.
But
But
Yeah,
seriously,
she's
man,
with the
that's
better
Cersei. That's Cersei for Evolution.
Yep. That's what they're throwing out
I
right
am
now.
I am highly upset at the Bliss Trish thing. I wanted Mickey and Trish to just just to
too.
reminisce the old time. But
I just
WrestleMania 22.
the finger poke of doom, bro. Can we call it that? Can we call it that? No.
Nah. But yeah, so Kairi Sane, she's your new NXT Women's Champion. And then we had our main event, the part 3 in the trilogy. Tommaso Ciampa, the NXT champion, versus Johnny Gargano in a last man standing match. I gotta say, this is a 3rd consecutive match of the year candidate that these two men put in a row.
5-star.
Yep.
5-star.
And shout out to I think it was Nick Thomas who pointed this out.
Yeah.
Gargano and Ciampa is what Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn should have been.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
Oh,
Nick
right
Thomas.
on.
That
Yes.
was Nick.
Yes.
That was
Right
spot
on.
on, by the way.
definitely, like, can these two put on a bad match together? Like, I think if they literally tied their heads behind their backs and blindfolded them, they still would put on a 5-star match together.
Well, they tied their hands together and still did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ciampa won
Yeah.
handcuffed.
Ciampa's won twice handcuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ciampa, best entrance on the planet.
Yes.
There's no music.
Nothing.
That's
Just
all you need, just-
shower me. What Roman Reigns should be doing every week when he comes out, just Shower me.
Take it in.
Boo.
Take it
Okay,
in.
it's what Ciampa's doing.
You mean top 5, Roman?
Out of 5.
I mean,
What's Adrian at?
he's like 8 minutes away. He said not to start SummerSlam without him.
yo, oh yeah, he's coming on time.
Don't worry, there's
But-
a lot of quick matches on SummerSlam, so we can enjoy the NXT for a little while.
Yeah, but yo, when Tommaso Ciampa comes out, when they just display his name on the screen,
The moves.
and fuck you, Ciampa chance.
Yes.
Oh,
And it's like, I only can remember one person who got booed louder than him, and that was Vicky Guerrero when she said, "Excuse me."
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been in the arena, but you can hear nothing
Nothing.
else but boo when she comes out. Man.
Nope.
Yeah.
I got one to top. I got one to top that. John Cena, the ECW one night
Oh,
stand.
oh my
man.
God,
Oh,
2006.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to jump in the ring and hit him, man.
They had a sign if Cena wins, rewind.
Yeah,
Right.
legit. That match, WWE was like, Cena can't win this match. We're not getting out of this place.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We're not getting out of here if he wins
They
this
have to
match.
find some way to win.
yeah, that crowd was out for
Even if-
blood that night.
Even if it was just gonna be a 24-hour title hold, they were like, "Give RVD that belt, or we're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
leaving."
That Mr. Pay-Per-View in the middle of that ECW ring, man. This Super
That
Cena
was-
cannot win this match. No.
No.
And
That
yo,
was
That was the enemy and enemy ground.
the
you know?
network.
That and Orton. That same night, Randy Orton, too. They were going in on Orton, too.
Yeah, but Cena caught
Cena,
them.
they-
They murdered Cena.
Yeah,
It's to the point I was like, you know what? Let me go on the network and go back to
Oh, I've
that
watched that
event
match a couple
and
times
let
already.
me see if they like what they do with it, how they edit it and stuff.
No.
Nothing.
No,
Did they
it's
edit out
exactly
the
the same.
Sandman's entrance?
They changed the music.
They
yeah.
changed the music.
Copyright reasons. They couldn't
Yeah.
keep this.
I thought they would edit out the
That was
motorboating
awesome,
from the bear, too.
Oh, no, that was there.
Nope.
Oh, all right.
That was one
They
night
had
stand
to
first
have
one.
a special disclaimer,
Yes.
not like the other one where they keep, but that they have for like Benoit footage.
Yeah.
They had to have a
BBMA.
special one for that one.
The good old days.
yeah,
That was the
man.
best entrance.
That was the
of all
ruthless
time, by the
aggression era.
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And-
John Cena started, by the way.
Which is better than his PG era. But,
Yeah,
I
but
thought we were in a
yep.
reality era.
Yes, this is the
PG
reality.
is
reality, yeah.
The Roman Reigns era, whatever you want to call it.
Roman Empire, son. Come on, get it right.
All right,
Yeah,
Get it right.
but the Roman Empire fell eventually. So
Oh,
Yeah, Vic bringing the heat.
he is. He's hurting us today, man.
Spitting hot fire like Dylon.
yeah, man. But yo, man, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, man, yo, like this match was off the chain. Like they were revisiting spots like from the previous match, like exposing the hardwood of the
Yeah,
ring, the
yeah.
concrete, the
Definitely.
tables.
The handcuffs.
The handcuffs?
the
crutch.
actual jumping. What do you call that?
The air raid
exactly?
crash?
It's like a white
Someone
noise.
said- yeah.
Yeah.
The white noise move. Man, like they were putting up all the stops, and then like it was telling a great story. Like Johnny Gargano, like he was becoming way too obsessed. Like he let his anger get the best of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, like he had Tommaso Ciampa. Like the ending of the match was so genius. Like they were battling at the stage. Gargano had Ciampa handcuffed on the stage, and then Tommaso Ciampa was begging. He was like, "Johnny, I'm sorry, Johnny." And that was good acting because you actually believed Tommaso Ciampa in that moment. Like maybe Ciampa finally had some sense, and then Gargano had the match won. He pulled the knee pad down, ran at him full speed, hit him in the knee, but but his momentum was so fast that he went right past Ciampa, and then like tumbled into like a table and some debris.
I almost like didn't get that when it
Yo.
first happened. When they showed the replays,
Yeah.
when I actually picked up on how they
Yeah.
actually did that.
Yeah,
Shoulder that he got dislocated his knees. That's why he couldn't get back up.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Ciampa just rolling off the stage, just
Roll
And
Right
Oh,
onto his feet.
man.
You
Right
know
to
that-
his feet.
But you know
That
what it?
was
You
genius.
know what that remind? We go.
and then him coming back out after the match, or just Johnny sitting.
I
on the
love
thing.
it.
Like,
The very
this
ending,
dude
he's
just
knows
sitting there
like
how to
that.
get heat.
Help.
Like just coming back out, like
Yo.
like he could have
That was ultimate.
But one quick point before I get Adrian. This is Roman and Lesnar. It's like the babyface just could not quite get it. Yeah, I said
No,
it.
no.
He could not. It's just that it's executed better. Remember, how many times has Gargano tried going after Ciampa and lost?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is champion
How
because
many
of
times
Gargano.
have Roman went after Lesnar and lost?
Last two he won, but continue.
He lost.
Huge difference. Huge difference. In the story wise, Gargano has lost due to his anger is his fault.
Right.
Yes.
Roman
Both
has
times,
lost because
yeah.
he got owned.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And the crowd piled on too.
Yes.
He's only lost
right.
one cleanly.
Don't worry,
to
I'm
Brock
getting,
Lesnar.
I'm getting you your backup right
One,
now.
just
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Cleanly to
Oh
Brock
no.
Lesnar.
And I will say this about this match too. And as a movie guy, you will enjoy this.
Yeah.
Everybody is emotionally invested. We are emotionally
Definitely.
invested in these two guys' story.
Oh,
From DIY, from the Cruiserweight Classic when they had their first matchup in WWE together, from the breakup of DIY,
Yep.
Ciampa's injury, for us wanting to see these two fight, waiting so long for this to actually happen. Then to the buildup of them coming together and actually having their first match.
Yeah.
To Gargano costing Ciampa, costing Aleister Black the title to Ciampa. Like, it's been a story that's been built, and we've seen every little step in it to the point where now, if they are going to use that angle of Gargano, separating his knee and actually having time away from the company, it gives us even more of a build because we want to see this again. We want to see these two guys come at it again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like it's such an interesting story for Gargano because like you root for him, but like Gargano at this point he's his own worst enemy, not
Yes.
Ciampa, because
Yeah.
Ciampa's like fully in his head.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
it's a psychological part of the story. It's just spot on.
Yeah.
yep.
Like you could tell, it's just like every move that Gargano does, you could tell it's like he's thinking Ciampa's in his head, mind fucking him.
Yeah. And then you can even bring Candice LeRae, who's Gargano's wife. Maybe she can like be like, "Yo, like I love you. You're my husband, but I have my own career to worry about. So I gotta give you space to work
I
out
thought they
with
were
your
going to
demons."
use her as a big part of the rivalry, but they kept it ignited.
Yeah, I'm
Fine.
glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad because a lot of rumors were that she was last takeover. She's going to turn on
Yeah.
Gargano and side with
Yeah.
Ciampa.
Yeah,
Glad they didn't
that-
go that route.
Yeah, that was
You
that
know,
would've been
because they don't
cliche.
need that. I don't think they'll need that element of adding her in. Like,
Yeah.
these two could just the blow off. The final match between these two is just going to be something on a grander stage.
I think
Yeah.
that was the
Like-
last one we're going to see on NXT anyway.
Well, without
That's it for now.
for now.
Yeah. Yeah, and at this point, like Gargano, he can rebuild himself up. Maybe he can like go away from the title picture for a while. Maybe go after the North American Championship.
He's
even.
over,
Yeah.
man. So whatever
Yeah.
he decides to do,
I just don't want to call up yet.
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't want either one of them called up yet.
I'm enjoying this. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
this
lie,
is
man.
too good.
Yeah, they're like the
This
pillars of NXT.
storyline. These are these storylines that can go on that you can revisit anytime in their career. Just like the Miz and Daniel Bryan storyline, you come back to this anytime in their career, even after call-ups,
Yep.
even halfway through their careers, could always come back to this, and people will be like, "Yes,
You know what it is?
Yes.
At least with the Daniel Bryan and the Miz, it's because we never got a resolution. That storyline could never end. I mean, Daniel Bryan got it hurt, you know what I mean? So he couldn't really do that. And the Miz did a hell of a good job in just keeping that rivalry fresh with that
Oh, yeah.
promotion and the
Yeah, absolutely.
oh, there he is."
You got the man of the hour.
everything.
Right, I can barely walk. Walking is like is an iffy term to use here.
his way. He made it.
Yeah, I'm
What's up,
hobbled.
baby?
What's good? What's good?
Everybody
I need one of
noticed the
those shirts.
T-shirt though.
I can wear it on my lives. I go on live all week. I can't work. I can't do anything. There we go. Thanks. Thanks for real. Thank you.
Ooh, yeah, that's
You gotta you
bad memories, man.
Yeah, so
Mama, just take it off the stand.
You mean you finally giving me some help? I
So,
got some backup.
so ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest in the building. He is the you know him as A-Double. He's the head moderator of Wrestling Fantasy Warfare. He reads the Book of Vince 316. He believes
He beat you in a debate.
he believes that he can do all things through Roman Reigns, who strengthens him. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Adrian Price.
Hashtag admin A.
Nice. You know what's funny? I can do this. Go ahead. You guys are on what, NXT right now?
Yeah, now,
Oh,
while
we
we're
actually
just-
just
we're at
finished
the
up.
end.
you, by request only, we didn't push on to SummerSlam.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
so-
about the real event this weekend.
We just finished it though.
Yeah.
We just finished it.
SummerSlam's the real event.
But yeah, I will.
NXT gets what? They got like 1 million viewers.
NXT was perfect, man. Come
It's
on.
great, but I'm just saying, no one. If you ask the casual,
NXT was perfect, but yeah, you're giving it 3 stars.
Hey,
Some of the matches we couldn't-
2 of the matches got 3 stars. The first 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Mustache Mountain Undisputed Era match.
All right, so let's go to SummerSlam.
But
Me and Kyle hungry.
Sure you don't need that?
No, I
But-
need it later. I don't need it now because I was just.
All right.
But I will say, to wrap up NXT TakeOver, awesome event. Tommaso Ciampa best heel in the game today. Rivalry of the year, Tommaso Ciampa versus Gargano. Untouchable. I can't wait to see what more they can do with Tommaso Ciampa in the future, as well as Gargano. Yo, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Yo,
I have a
Fire.
question. Let's just
Fire.
about NXT. But I feel like you just know everybody who's gonna win. Like you knew he was gonna win. Like you know what I mean? Like there was 0% chance he was gonna lose. That doesn't. You don't care. You don't care that there's no surprises at NXT.
No.
that's debatable.
Actually,
It's-
a lot of people had Gargano winning that.
Yeah, I had
I had Gargano.
I had Gargano.
How he was just put in there?
It was the third match. It was the third match.
He was just put. There's no way
That's
they're gonna just put him in for the
WWE
win.
in general, though, because you can do that with even the main roster. You could predict some of these matches who's gonna win.
You know what the difference is though? Between
Oh no, we just got curved on. We got
Yeah.
curved on purpose.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when's the last time NXT curved you? When was the last time?
Because they don't need that right
Samoa
now.
Joe winning the title at a house
Yeah.
show.
Thomas
Oh
Ciampa
yeah,
beating
against
Alistair
Finn
Black.
Balor.
Yeah.
That too.
Mustache Mountain winning over in the UK.
Yeah, winning over
Yep.
in UK.
No, it's all right.
You know what? We can find you.
I wouldn't.
Take the
Turn
L.
around.
Take the
Turn
L.
around. There's a shop right there, right
I
now.
said I would.
Yeah.
This is the difference between the way
Like,
NXT.
yo, I watch NXT because my boy Pedro makes me. Like I don't.
Did you say you're
Pedro. I never liked. I wasn't really a big fan of
the
NXT.
Lesnar fan, man?
I'll say this: the difference between what NXT does, even though we know, like you said, who's gonna win, and what the main roster does, in these matches, there are points where you believe that the person that you know is not gonna win, you think they're gonna win. Like you said, Burning Hammer, Mustache Mountain part.
Yep.
There was a point that you thought he was gonna win. I mean, the EC3 Velveteen Dream one, we could skip that one. Ricochet, Adam Cole, any move. The super kick into the Ishii Goshi knee drop, you thought that could have been over. Shayna Baszler, when she put her in that neck
I
fight,
was
you
not
thought
a
she
fan
could
of
win.
that match. This is
Very
good.
pretty
I
close.
love Shayna Baszler. I was not a fan of that match.
No.
I was a fan of every other match. I think every other match I was not a fan of that match. But every other match I felt was amazing.
That match got me
I
on
just
board
wasn't.
with Shayna
It's
Baszler. She
crazy,
did a
and
good
I
job
love
in that
Shayna, but
match.
I think because I'm such a fan of her that I just thought she could have done. I don't know. I felt
I
like it
feel
was
she did a
mid.
really good job of making Kyrie look.
Yeah, it was more about making Kyrie. A
It was. I just
believable
felt like
champ.
she could have sold some. I don't know. That was me. We're not talking about that. Let's talk about SummerSlam.
So yeah, NXT clearly the A show this weekend. Let's get to the B show, SummerSlam.
B show. B show. Go go go.
Let's go. I think
so-
we lob that. And we're gonna swing every time. Every time we gonna swing.
So we can run through the pre-show real quick. There were 3 matches on the pre-show. First one, Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega in a tag team match
Can I do this
versus
roll up?
Rusev and Lana.
Ended in a roll up.
Ended in a roll-up. Yep. So yeah, that was that.
Shuffle time? For Rusev Day?
Yeah.
Okay, another question. Someone has to be on the main on the pre-show. Why can't like who are you guys gonna be happy with? Like who are you happy with?
No, it's
Rusev was challenging AJ Styles for the title
It was
last
a fake
month.
title.
Last the WWE
He was never
Championship.
gonna win that. It was just they just used a placeholder. They did it all the time.
That's totally
AJ Styles
fine.
had one of the worst runs ever. Just saying, Samoa Joe might save him, but he's literally having one of the worst runs as a champion.
No, Jinder Mahal had the worst run ever.
He did, but even Jinder Mahal had better wins than AJ Styles did.
No, he did.
He won the same. He
He
beat
beat
Jeff
the
Hardy.
same people.
He beat Jeff Hardy.
distraction.
He's a heel. He gets to do that.
I know. That's what I'm
Distraction
saying.
roll up.
AJ Styles gets to beat Nakamura 6 times in 6 awful matches.
Four out of 6.
Okay, you know what I mean. He won 4 times in awful matches.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying that's what I mean. Is Jinder you don't expect anything from. When he won, it was everyone was like, "What the hell just happened?"
That's a shocking moment. That
He
was
gave
shocking.
Nakamura his first loss. Nakamura Nakamura lost to 2 people since he's been on the event. He lost to Jinder when he beat Nakamura. I was like, what the hell just happened? I was like, yo, I thought it was to get Nakamura over because Jinder was getting booed so bad that I thought, okay, Nakamura's already super over. Then he lost.
Yeah.
And I said, what the?
That was a shock.
Who did I text? I texted someone and said,
But what is Jinder doing right now? Shanti.
nothing. No, nothing. And it's bad. It's awful what I felt like they did to Jinder because they got him what he wanted. He was so hated. He was selling merchandise. He was really a hated person. He don't have to fight well on the mainstream to be fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like they want you hated. He was hated. He was literally getting like that. You got the heel you wanted. Who cares how good of a fighter he was? You got and now they just bury him. I never understand. Out of everything I can say.
That's booking for you.
Yeah, listen. They took Nakamura and Randy Orton and made them put him over. Got where he wanted. He got to fight Triple H. You get what I'm saying? You know how big that is. Even though he lost, he got to fight Triple H. And now look at him. He can't beat normal wrestlers. Like I don't understand.
Hold on. He did beat Brock Lesnar 2 weeks in a row. Just saying, backing away now.
Yeah.
I mean, not Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman 2 weeks in a row.
What the hell?
Yeah, I almost was like, yo.
I was like, you
heard
calling
my-
me?
I'm pretty sure I saw all of Brock's
Nobody
matches.
questioned it. We weren't sure.
Yeah, I know. I just want to
Yeah,
nobody did
we
say
all
anything.
were
They're
like-
what? No, it was
I wanted to
Braun.
think
It was
of it.
Braun. It was Braun. It was Braun. I said
That's what I
Braun.
said. I was like,
It was Braun. It was
I was
Braun.
like, yo.
Were you watching a 2K?
I was looking at him. He's looking at me. We're like, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we all seen
No,
Brock's
no,
matches.
We've seen every Brock match in like, if you want to watch it, you can get it done in 60 minutes for his last 500.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
exactly.
You can get it done in 60 minutes. So
Back to NXT real quick. Yeah, I have really been listening to Johnny Gargano's theme music. That shit is fucking fire.
Nope. Nope. I'm sorry. Leo Rush's theme music. Yep. I'm riding the bandwagon. Leo Rush's theme music. Riding the bandwagon.
B team, go, go, go. I'm just loving that right
anywhere
now.
you can
Oh
do that.
man.
Why? Do you keep doing
I don't
that?
know. I'm just loving these guys right now. I'm feeling them.
But yeah,
It's that fun ride.
So wait,
because
so
it-
wait.
Yeah.
So Rusev lost.
yeah.
I
So,
don't think he's being buried. I think it was just to get people to watch his match in the beginning, but we'll find out this week if he's
Yeah,
being
but what-
buried. Because you have to put people on the pre-show. They put New Day on it last year.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. He's on. I mean, it's
true.
like.
So and New Day's like are in love with New Day. They won't even break them up. Vince hates teams of 3, and he won't even break
he
them
hates
up.
tag teams in general.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying hates 3. How many
Yeah.
he literally you hear? He talks. He does not like it,
Yeah.
and he lets New Day stay together because they're so popular.
Yeah.
And he put them on the pre-show because people have to be on the pre-show. Rusev losing.
But they
didn't
also
see
were on the
that coming,
pre-show
but-
and lit it up on the pre-show. This match was just like bland.
It was supposed to. I think it was supposed to be more for Lana.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Lana looked good. I mean, she had her good
She's
moves.
gotten.
like it.
She's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was
She's
more
done a
for.
lot
I think
better.
Lana's about to because she got Evolution coming. I think that was more for that than
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
for.
Definitely, this feud definitely feels like it's more for the women.
That's
than
what I'm
for the
saying.
guys.
Like I feel like they're
Yeah.
just there so you like kind of watch. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like because I don't think you'd watch a Lana match, but you'd watch it if Rusev was there.
yeah.
Nick Thomas wants you kicked out.
Hi Nick. Hi Nick. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, my friend.
Yeah. Then on a pre-show, you had Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight
I
Championship.
gave
Cedric Alexander
it
That
retains.
is a good
4.
match.
Which ended in a roll up.
Yeah.
The roll-up, yeah.
I gave it a 4. They both
That was a good match.
Yeah.
If you don't watch
good match.
205.
Still made both
Yeah.
both competitors look strong.
Yeah.
Listen, I wanted Drew Gulak to win, and I just wanted to see him win.
I actually thought
Wait,
Drew
continue
Gulak-
that statement
thought
you were
Drew-
just
yeah,
about
I
to say.
thought
If
Drew
you don't
was
watch
gonna take it.
205,
If you don't watch 205, that match would get me to watch. Again, I don't watch 205, but I am going to watch it this week because of that match. I'm going to give it a chance. I don't watch 205 one because, it's just not good.
It comes out to it. Comes out to
It's just not good at times. It really isn't. It's I don't like the way they write. I don't really like it. But that match alone was like should make you want to watch it. That match was really.
When he says he don't like 205 Live, nobody has a problem with it.
he was still
You know
talking.
what I mean?
I'm saying I'm going to give it a chance. Again,
yeah, he
the
said that.
third
You're just-
time, I'm going to give it a third chance for them to win me over.
I say,
as
you're
far as
just.
I want
No,
to.
I don't
I
want
would
to
say this. I tell
wanna-
everybody this. If you're going to go back and watch 205 Live, go back and watch specific matches. Watch like Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy.
Murphy.
That was great.
Yeah.
You did tell me that.
Yeah, that match
Buddy
was really
Murphy
good.
can't. That Buddy Murphy.
They
had the
sold
match.
their asses off.
But
Man.
what I'm saying is, people that want to get into it now, they don't. 'Cause I have a lot of people who are on the page who don't like. If I made if I made my NXT, not NXT, if I made a 205 thread, what would it? It would get.
It would be
maybe
us two,
a-
probably.
Yeah, it would. Just,
Yeah, it would be us
you know what
two.
I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
I would
Yeah,
love.
he
That's
is.
happened.
I would
Vic
love,
tried that a few times.
I would love for
Yeah.
people to watch it. Because if they watched it more, I'd probably watch it more. It just you don't
at a
feel
bad
enough.
time. It's
And
on
I was
at a
saying
bad
Raw
time.
has slowly
Yeah.
taken it off of there to try
they
to
haven't
give it
been
a
on-
chance.
they haven't been on
Triple
since
H
the
said, let's
tournament
give it a
first started."
chance by their because people don't want you watch it on Raw.
Yeah.
They put 2 matches on.
Yeah.
And it has really nothing to do with
Majority
going
of it was a
205.
tag team match.
Yeah,
They
you
would
know
just
what I'm
throw
saying?
random
So
guys together.
he asked Vince if he could take it off, I heard. And could they just have their own thing? I don't think that's going to help it. They need their own day. Like
Honestly,
the only
yeah.
way for it to help is their own day.
It's one of
Put
those
'em
shows.
on,
Which NBC has a chance. I'm sorry, NBC has an option to do.
Yeah.
So let's see if or Fox. I'm sorry, Fox has an option to do.
Yep.
They have 1,000 options. They can go back. They can do our shows. I don't know if you guys read that PG-13 shows. They have a lot of options. I don't know what
hope.
Fox is gonna do, but there's a reason why you hear Roman swearing more. You know, you hear more people swearing more.
Yeah.
Yep.
They want the crowd to
Fox
see
is
how they're getting used to how the crowd's reacting. They're not getting complaints, but you're gonna hear someone go out there and call a girl a bitch. I don't. My fault. I don't know if you're going to. You know what I'm saying? But they want to see what Fox has an option to do all these different things. So let's see what I would love for them to get to PG-13. Just get the
At least,
PG-13.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just get the 13. Where it's like, you know what I mean? I think that would
A little
really
more
help.
edgier,
That's
not
what I'm saying.
over the top edgy,
Like
but
Samoa Joe,
They spent
they are
$2
testing.
billion
Yeah.
They're going to.
Yeah.
They're gonna make it like you will see a different.
We're gonna see the
now,
attitude
like
era.
it-
Fox ain't giving you $2 billion
You know what,
to
though?
put
I
on
was
crap.
actually watching
Yeah.
Samoa
Like-
Joe earlier in an interview with Mark Henry, and he was just basically saying if you try to recreate the Attitude Era, they'll be off the air next week.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to
We are
recreate.
way too.
You just
Yeah,
gotta
not
get
in this
feeling.
time.
You just gotta get a feeling. What Samoa Joe said to AJ Styles at SummerSlam is the feeling that you should get.
Yes.
He didn't he never once he didn't have to swear at her. He a lot of innuendos, a lot of that. And I know they want to get back to that. Yeah. And if they can get back to that, I think that will make writing better, will make everything a little better.
Their daughter should have been there for that.
Hey, but listen, with that said, he swears in front of his daughter, so I believe like I don't even really swear. I just said that just because I was reading it, but I don't swear ever. I don't swear in front of my daughter, nothing. But there are parents. I don't think he cares because he swears in front of like she doesn't know. She's like, oh, what does that mean? Like you know what I mean? I think that's what I got from the. I think that match also started slow but got really fast right after her comment.
Bro, man.
That was a really good AJ Styles match. I have like two. I'm such a big AJ Styles fan that it hurts me watching him fight Nakamura. I go I rewatch it with my daughter because she loves Nakamura, and I'm just,
those matches
bad.
did hurt.
Yeah, like it hurt me for AJ Styles because he looked bad at him. Like it just no one looks good, and AJ Styles can wrestle with anybody. I remember when he wrestled with Roman Reigns a year ago, and I was like, wow, this guy is just so good. Like I just like everything, every spear,
the match you had with Brock,
every Superman punch when he flipped over the rope, and he didn't put his hand down. He puts it on the ground, so it looks like he just hit the side. He never does. He just is so good at. He made Roman look so good, I'm being honest, he made him look so good, and I was like, wow, like I really like AJ Styles. And then I'm watching him on this run that I hate, that I hope somebody ends, and I'm just like, this isn't a. I don't.
This
I
is
want
what-
it to end
this-
for one reason, though, man. I don't want it to end because I want a full-timer to own the longest heavyweight championship reign. Brock Lesnar owning that record is horrible.
504 days.
504
8 defenses?
days.
Well, he beat JBL.
11
SmackDown
defenses.
right
11
there.
SmackDown
So
one.
Yep.
Yeah, AJ,
They'll never let him
AJ,
beat Brock Lesnar, just so you know. He'll never get 500. He won't even be
Speaking
CM
of,
Punk.
don't you got a surprise for Adrian?
Oh no, we're not there yet.
No,
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
We're not there.
Brock
Don't
Lesnar.
look.
Yo, I think he's about to come on. Like, I gotta. He didn't run up. I was like, I don't even like Brock like that. I do like Brock though. For UFC, he will become champion.
Yes.
I am a huge
You really
Brock
think he's
Lesnar
gonna beat
fan.
Daniel
Y'all,
Come-
I
And you-
want him to beat
he
the living
is-
breaks off of him.
He is so big. I don't think we understand. When you think of UFC, he is so big. Like his length to get to Daniel Cormier, he is going to pound him.
He wears
When
4X gloves.
he
There's very
literally
few guys in
he
UFC that wear
trains.
4X.
The reason why he
Money on
hit Randy
Cormier.
Orton when people thought he wasn't going to, Randy Orton said he could, just so everyone thought he.
Yeah.
Randy Orton said, "You can make me bleed. I don't care." Like he was like, "Whatever, let's sell it." He is aggressive guy. He's off steroids. Whatever, it does not matter. He takes something. He's taking something to make him that aggressive. He is angry. He's an angry guy, and Daniel Cormier is not. And he's gonna find out when he gets hit that it's
Even
no
in
joke.
real life, they say that he's just an angry.
Yeah, they say
dude.
only time
Yeah,
He doesn't like.
Yeah.
That's
He's
why
around
he's
his
living
wife
out.
and kids.
Yeah, that's why he
Literally
moved
the
out
only
into
time.
the middle of the boonies.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be around people.
Yeah,
he
like
doesn't
he's
like people.
very
They say if you
Barryville,
see him around his wife,
Saskatchewan.
you would think he's a different person. But literally, when she's not there, he's mean. I heard he's mean when he gets in cars. I heard he's mean when he goes out to eat. Like literally, he's just not a nice guy.
Yeah, he's just
so he's just not.
mean person.
Yeah, so he wants to fight too. He said he likes getting hit. Like
Road
people,
rage, man.
yeah. It's like a lot of
Some people like that.
Oh God, hope not.
Censor that music.
Please don't. I like Sable. That was my
Yeah,
childhood fantasy.
Yo,
He was
shout out
like-
to you for posting that meme. He's like,
Oh yeah, when Brock realizes that the entire '90s generation jacked off to you.
that was a good one.
It's not a die.
He got a bad chick too.
Yeah,
That's
shout,
the hit.
shout out to Lou Fabrizio. He was there this weekend.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I see
shout
the
out
pictures.
Lou.
He
Shout
made
Shout out,
he
wait,
made
shout out
him
Ed,
and
Lou, Steve. A lot of them are active. Lou and Ed's active, but Steve's on the page. He said he's gonna get active. Like a lot of them are there.
they made their presence.
Nah, yeah, you can see him. I got pictures of it. It was really cool to see him there. And
Yeah,
just
Ed has some
representing,
good
like-
ass seats right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, when I noticed yesterday about it was the entourage around the Ronda. Remember, I was like, oh, there's 5-6 seats.
Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
it was
yeah.
gonna be something. They didn't make anything of it. I can't wait till we talk about the women's match and why it was good to not have Nikki and them interfere. There's a good reason why I have a real good reason, at least in my opinion, why. But we're gonna get there. There's, you know,
All right, let's get there. But
Yeah.
before we get there, we have to shout out our sponsor, Studio Headphones.
Yep.
Yep. As you can see, he's
Studio.
wearing the Regent Whites.
Yep.
Premier over the head headphones. So yeah, Bluetooth compatible, 24 hours battery life,
Yep.
20 days standby life. Just
I
go
need
to
new headphones. Let me see this.
All right, go ahead.
go to studio.com.
Yep. Studio.com. Type in Codex, get 15% off, and free shipping all across the U.S.
This is good. I'm gonna put this on my NFL Nation. Yeah, we're gonna get a pop. I got you.
And real quick, just and the third and final pre-show match, B Team, they roll through the Revival. So not much to be said about that.
They won with a roll-up.
With another roll-up,
All
yeah.
three pre-show matches all ended with a roll-up.
Yeah.
Singing the song
They're
again.
undefeated.
Roll-up.
And he's just sitting there like,
Wait, they're undefeated.
Together.
As a tag
Together,
team, they're
whatever,
undefeated.
you know what I mean? They're undefeated.
Which
They
team
gotta
song?
lose. Oh, we're one Revival winning from us. The last time we had me saying that they would become champion. I said, remember you were like, oh, they're done. They're gonna be remembered for putting them over.
Yeah.
If they can get one pin against the B team, I will have been right that they will have been. I said, yo, they'll be champion within the next year. You were like, you laughed. You were like, no, they're done. They're done. If
Have they
can get
became
one
champion
pin-
yet?
No,
Have
I'm
they become
one pin-
champion yet?
Well, I'm close. I'm closer than you thought. You didn't even think they're getting the title picture. I'm closer than you thought.
Close
I am-
only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Facts. I need them to get one pin,
Wait,
one
that's
pin,
facts.
so I can tag you. You are facts.
One of them
You're
end
right.
up. One of them end up hurt. One of
Yeah,
them end
that's
up
what
hurt.
that's what you're talking. They just get hurt, yo, and it's not about them being interesting, or whatever. Like I like their fighting style. They just one of them always gets hurt. I never.
Yeah.
Like, don't
they
get me
hurt
wrong.
like
I'm a
5
huge
times.
Revival fan. I
Yeah.
like the Revival.
You said that, you just think they're done.
Yeah.
I don't think Vince is
They're
gonna win
not-
the title because they always get hurt. I think he's gonna let them get here.
Yeah.
They'll lose again one more match, and then they'll go back to the
I
bottom.
think
they'll
once
win
you
the
take
title
an
eventually.
extended period off, Vince is already extremely down.
Look what they did to Dolph.
Yeah.
Dolph was
Yeah.
champion. He
Dolph
got
is a
two.
perfect example.
He got two concussions. He was like, "Yo, get out of here."
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't want to hear that." But yet, Daniel Bryan, well, he wasn't him. He got punked into doing that. That was the fans, Stephanie, Triple H. Like, he had to give him the title. He's like, he's gonna get hurt again. And what happened? He got hurt again.
Yeah.
Like Vince is big on you get hurt once.
Yeah, you're hurt.
You're gonna get hurt.
You can
again.
only get so
yeah,
far
like
from
you're
here
gonna
on
get.
out.
So it's
That's
crazy
why
because
I-
he didn't. That WrestleMania, he didn't want him to win. He was like, no, let have Batista pin him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, have
Oh,
Batista
and
pin
just
him.
imagine if Batista did win.
I know, but he was like, no, have Batista. Like he was,
Yeah.
he had to get convinced. He was like, he's going to get hurt again.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt again. And Vince must have been sitting off his like, I'll never let you control this now. Like he was like every time you don't listen, I'll never.
But shout outs to the B team.
Yeah.
They got something.
They do.
Yeah.
Listen,
Fine.
They're
They do.
over.
they're
They're
over.
over.
Listen,
They're
listen.
over.
But now the question is, can they put somebody else over? Because that's what all teams have to do. When New Day stopped reigning, they put over like 6 teams and made you care when they beat them. Can the B team make the Revival relevant? If they win,
I don't
can you
think-
be like, wow,
It's
the Revival
possible.
won?
It is possible.
'Cause
Never
that's-
say never.
I don't
It
know.
is
I
possible.
don't know.
I
Because to
think
me,
the
right now, the
NXT
B team is
most
still the.
They
placeholder.
gotta get, you know, they gotta deliver one of those NXT level matches
They've
that
got
they
to-
used
I
to
love
do.
Bodell,
Well,
so I love how he fights.
It's
too, so-
kind of obvious the B team having the tag team titles is just a thank you for your services. Thank you for putting up
Whoa,
with the.
Matt
It's leading
Matt
to
Hardy
Zack
and them got
A
hurt.
Zack Ryder
Matt
ring?
Hardy's hurt.
Yeah.
A Zack Ryder ring?
I'm just saying, like,
That was
like
a-
Matt Hardy getting hurt is why they got the title
He
so
won a
fast.
lot of matches at WrestleMania. It was like, yay, you're losing it tomorrow night.
Yeah, that was. But listen, another curve. That was dope. I don't know why they took it away. But that was another curve. It was back to back. I was like, damn, they
But see-
really did them like that.
But see, with the B team, I don't think they're building up to put the Revival over. I just think they're holding the titles until they're ready for AOP.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
AOP are
that's
stars.
what
Listen,
just-
they are stars. I'm telling you right now. Remember, they are going to run that division. It's going to be beautiful. I really love.
I'm still.
Yesterday they
reserving
had a
judgment.
couple botched tag moves a little bit, but overall they really are stars.
They
The reason why they got rid of their manager,
They-
Vince wants them to be able to talk, go there, be more aggressive. I believe in AOP. It's crazy because I didn't. Remember we came here a year. I was not a fan of them. He was trying to tell me how good they are. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I went and watched the matches that he told me, and I was like, wow, this team is like. So you can be converted.
That's how you know you gotta listen to me more
You
often.
can be converted.
You gotta listen to me more often.
I do give credit. You can, because I was.
That's
bashing
twice.
them.
That's twice
Nah.
already.
Listen,
I will reserve judgment
I
for a
can't
few
wait
more
for
months on AOP.
They have
Yeah.
to clean up those botches. I mean, they
Yeah,
yeah.
Gotta clean up the matches,
Powerbomb,
and
Yeah.
they really gotta work on their promos.
But that
Like,
extra aggression is gonna. I'm telling you, it's salesman.
You don't want to be known as like the Sasha Banks of
No,
tag
yeah.
team division.
Well, Sasha got out of that. Though. She really hurt after she killed Paige. She been good. After Paige, I mean, she.
Oh,
I mean, after that, if I was Paige, man, I swear to God, oh my God, I'd look at her every day like, you're lucky I'm not the GM on Raw. I would. Oh my God, it's so bad. But what happened? Oh my God, the Kevin Owens match.
Wait,
Oh,
we
we'll get
gotta
to
wait.
Are we on there? I don't know.
No,
we
we
start-
got. We're on the.
Now we're on the main show.
sorry.
We're on the main show.
Yep, we're on the main show right now. The kickoff match.
Bro, that hurt me. I just read it and it hurt me.
Opening match on SummerSlam: Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental
Wait,
Championship.
I gotta do something real quick. His Infinity Gauntlet
Yeah.
boot.
Listen,
Oh,
yeah.
that boot is fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, so we understand.
Makazi made that.
Listen, that's fire.
Makazi.
And it reminds me, it doesn't remind me, but he's such like a Triple H person. Like, remember when Triple H had to come out with the sledgehammer? I know the boot's not a weapon, but it's just like you just remember when he just randomly started coming out. You're like, yo, this guy means business. When I see Seth with that, I'm like, yo, He just is out here to whip. Like, he's just here. And it was such a great match. I love him and Ziggler fighting. Read that Ziggler didn't sign his contract, which is, I don't believe. They always say that. Because remember they said that last time?
Every time with Ziggler. Right?
They say, but they say it didn't last time when he did. They were like,
Yeah.
But every time he supposedly doesn't for the last 3 years, you find out, he did sign.
Last month, but he's signing like, what was it, like 4-month quarterly contracts? He's not signing.
Well,
not signing
the one before this one was like a year and a half. They gave him like $2.5 million.
Yeah.
No, he's making seven. He's making 7 digits.
Yeah.
now.
He's making it. He's never walking away. Like, now that they upped it so much, he'll never leave that money.
But
It's
you
just
gotta remember, now he's doing appearances on like Wild 'N Out. He's doing.
Yeah, I saw
no.
that.
If you can get other money there, but he'll still stay in WWE because that's why he's getting press. That's why he's getting it because of WWE. I mean, he was just champion and didn't get hurt. I know that sounds crazy, but he was just champion and didn't get hurt. And had some damn good matches, and he got to beat Seth. And
Knock on wood.
He got the pin.
Why did he drop the belt though? On SmackDown, he got the US title and he just dropped it.
Well, he was supposed to go on vacation, but they wanted him to get the title to do the tournament. So they gave it to him because it didn't matter. His bad guy image. I don't need this title.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was getting ready to go on vacation, and he was like, I don't care. Like, usually what they try to do is when they're going to give you a title, like, push your vacation back and do a run. Cody Rhodes syndrome. They told Cody Rhodes, they give him Damian Sandow. He said, no, I want to go with my wife. So they buried him. They said, okay, cool. We just put 6 months into you, and now you want to go take your vacation. Fine, you're done, and we'll bury you. So he didn't care.
Yeah, this match I gave 5. I gave 5 stars.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That was 5.
There were so many times you're like, Dolph's going to win this match. So many times Seth's going to win this match. Dean Ambrose is going to get in this involved. Drew McIntyre. There was just so many different outcomes. Remember, we were live
We was
about it.
live. We was talking about
You
there's
just don't
so
know.
many possibilities. They could have done so much with this match.
Yeah.
Like,
and
literally,
they did.
I'm looking at this.
And they did.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this at the screen right now. All 4 guys on the screen right now. That's the entire IC division right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dean Ambrose was looking mad intense, all
Listen,
business.
I like the cut. I like the jackness. He looks good.
Triple H Jr.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you don't need
listen,
skinny.
he just
You don't
looks-
need skinny
He
jeans.
came
though.
back.
Yeah, he just looks
He
like
came
so
back
much
like a
healthier.
monster.
Yeah,
He looks healthy. He
Real
doesn't look like
healthy.
before. Like he's fit now. You could tell that someone told
He had
him like
time.
you're getting hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like work out. You have time because he hurt himself coming back. He was supposed to be back in March.
Yeah.
So he hurt himself.
Yeah, he had a
again.
setback, right?
Yeah, he had a setback, a major setback, just like Jason Jordan did too. He had
Yeah.
a setback, and you always
Oh,
hear about how
Jason
people come back.
Jordan's
He just got cleared, but he was supposed to be cleared 3
A
months
while ago, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were actually supposed to be cleared around the same time.
But yeah, what happened was he had a setback too. He hurt his knee.
Yeah, but they said
Yeah, from what I read though, he's
working.
been
Oh,
shadowing producers in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Him and
well,
Matt
I
Hardy
mean-
have been transitioning to the back.
Oh, I know that he got cleared to be in the ring like 10 days ago. That's not the fight. It's to be in a ring
Yeah.
where they can like talk. Because
Probably doing, like, the stress tests and
so
stuff
yeah,
down in
yeah, like
NXT.
so
Yeah.
he's not even cleared to even wrestle yet. So maybe that's it. I know
Yeah.
you have to be cleared to just be in the ring because at some point you're just too weak. They're like, yo, someone bumps into you and you fall. Where you're not suing us, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
But I know he just got cleared to go in the ring, but he had a major setback with his knee. Something happened, and I know Dean had a setback. And you always hear about people coming back early. It sucks when you hear about them not because they're trying so hard. One, money. The money that they get, you just don't understand. It just means so
And
much.
you lose so much momentum
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like Seth Rollins signing that paper to fight Triple H, or whatever, was like a storyline. No, he really signed. Like his knees were bad, but he was getting like $4 million for that match. If he doesn't fight, he doesn't get it. So because you get paid at WrestleMania, like
Yeah,
Undertaker
WrestleMania
against
paid
Roman
them.
Reigns got like $10 million for that match.
Yeah.
So like it's just different. You know what I mean? Like you're just gonna fight because the money you're gonna get, you're just not gonna see anywhere else.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, man, Seth Rollins winning the Intercontinental Championship for the second time. Yep. So that's what's up.
I predicted that, by the way.
How
did?
many
I
stars?
did.
How many
Even
stars
though-
you give it?
I gave it 5.
5 stars. Okay.
I will say this was probably second or third best match
I
of
give
the
it 4.
card. Like, well, not like ranking wise, but out of like all the matches on this card, to me there was like 3 or 4 of them that really stood out. And this one, especially for an opener for a SummerSlam,
Yeah.
they needed something like that. They need to come out the
I
gates
thought the same
hot.
thing.
They need to
Yeah,
come out
they
really
did.
hot
I
with
thought
these
that
dudes.
was cool opening with that match. I thought they were gonna open with the tag team match with New Day, and they opened with that. I really thought they were gonna just open with a tag team match and kind of build up. They just right out the gate, boom, 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 and so many close pinfalls. There's so many crazy things. Ziggler looks so good, man. He just doesn't look bad when he fights. Like, it's just crazy. He does not look bad ever.
Those
when he
4
fights.
guys right there,
Yeah.
those are
Oh,
4
that's-
like
yeah.
prime guys WWE has for a couple of
Yeah,
years.
that's what I'm
man.
saying.
Oh, yeah,
if they
yeah.
can get 2 more for the Intercontinental division,
Yeah.
6 to 7, 8, that division is strong. I don't think with just
yeah.
those 4, because right now you're never going to see Dean fight Seth. You're never going to see Drew fight Ziggler. So if they can get 2, 3 more where you can just interchange them, that division's set. Like, it's good. I know Seth is okay with being Intercontinental Division. You clearly seen it with what happened at Monday night. He's clearly okay.
He's the workhorse.
Yeah,
he knows he's the workhorse.
Yeah, he really is right now. To me, his story is about to. Roman's story just ended. He got the title. I think we're looking at Seth's story the kind of same way.
No, I feel more.
No, it's Ambrose.
Yeah.
The story's gonna be about Ambrose.
It will eventually get there, but right now, because he hasn't been there, you got Monday Night Rounds. They rebuilt it back to Monday Night Rounds to the whole fighting for an hour.
Yeah.
This is like a story about where Seth goes. And now I don't think this is the top. I think it loses the title again.
There's so many layers. There's so many layers to what occurred
beautiful.
yesterday. There's so many layers to what occurred yesterday. But I think in the long run, it's all gonna culminate. It has something. It's all gonna have to revolve around Dean at some point.
Well, it will revolve around the
It's
Shield
gonna-
now.
yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a Shield thing, but at the very end of the story, it's gonna be something about Ambrose, and Ambrose is gonna come off looking like
As long as he
the
doesn't get
biggest
hurt.
heel. Yeah,
As long as he doesn't, and again, I say that because people get hurt. They seem to get hurt right again.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that he had a good match last night, which we'll get to clearly. But I just hope. Like, I hate when anyone gets hurt, man. I really do. And watching him get hurt when he had never been hurt before.
Yeah, the guy was the Iron Man of the company.
Yeah, he had never been hurt before. He had wrestled the most. He was wrestling every night. When you could be on both shows, he was fighting on both. Like, he was literally doing that. And for him to get hurt was just, like, devastating. And I hope. Yeah, and then he got. And then when you're working out and you re-hurt yourself, I'm like, he must have wanted to be like, yo, like, what am I doing? Like, he fixed a lot. He looks good, so.
And that's one thing that we talked about last week. It was like me and Eddie were really going in about this, about people who are just there on the roster just to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
When Ambrose came back looking like, all right, we know this is going on, but motherfucker, my time is coming.
Yeah.
Like, I came back, I look better than I did before.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm
He
willing to
wrestled
go.
last night.
The pop is gonna be. The pop was hot for him.
Yep.
Like, Ambrose came back ready to earn his spot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
not
He
get his
looks
spot, to earn his
And the
spot.
best thing is that he's with one of the hottest wrestlers right now, and now he also has the Universal Champion with no
matter what, they're gonna be linked together for their entire
crazy
career.
on him. The matches that he's going to get when they try to put tag team, he's gonna have a chance to show you that he can wrestle like Seth.
Yeah.
That he could be the face like Roman. Like, I'm telling you, I believe in Dean so much that there's a reason why he was champion before was that they believe in him.
Enough to switch
That's
that.
one thing, though,
Enough to
who-
switch that shirt.
I just want to know.
I have
do it.
2 Dean shirts.
Who took something out of what he said, though, man?
How many wrestling shirts you got?
Who is the current Universal Champion? 'Cause
I forget.
we
I
haven't gotten
forgot
there yet.
who that. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's still Brock Lesnar, I think. I don't know.
All right,
We'll
yeah,
find out
yeah.
when we get to the bottom. I think Brock won again. It's crazy. 500 and like, oh my God, 6 days.
So the next match on the card.
I love you, man. That was good.
So the next match on the card, a SmackDown Tag Team Championship. You had the Bludgeon Brothers defending against the New Day, Biggie and Xavier Woods.
We,
Yeah.
yeah. Adrian and I were on the same page with that one.
Listen,
New Day didn't need it.
they don't need it.
They don't need it.
Don't need it at all. The
I
Bludgeon
agree.
Brothers were literally getting cheered 2 months ago. Cheered. Crazy. I don't know when the right in the world why.
Yeah.
So what they did was they put someone that you cannot beat up without being booed, Daniel Bryan, in front of him. And then they started getting booed. As soon as they put Daniel Bryan, the stare down got him booed. They didn't even touch him yet, and they were getting booed. That's what they did. They want you to believe that they are a heel team. I think Harper has a push coming for him at some point in the
That
next
dude's
year.
too good to get
Yeah.
Harper should have had a
Harper
push
is
as well.
good.
He
He's
did.
carrying
But
the
he did get
company.
hurt.
He's
We
carrying
are
the team.
forgetting he did get hurt.
Right.
He did get hurt, and Vince already hates you, and now you got hurt. I mean, it's the fact that he came back and Triple H said, "Hey, we can do something with them," because Triple H is really saving when Vince is done with you. Triple H has to go talk and be like, "Okay, I talked to them; they'll never get hurt again." Like, I don't know what he says to them, but somehow he does that.
Because Rowan is surprised he's still around.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
dope. I love Roman's setup that he doesn't ever need to get the pin. He sets up all the big moves at the end with Harper doing it. He seems to be just like a good guy. Like, hey, I know
He's a
this
role
is where
player.
I'm at. Yeah,
He's a role player for the
But
team.
he's a great role player. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, he's just a guy. You never he just puts in what he can do. He fights. He does it. Harper gets all the big moves, all the big endings. Speaking, Rowan's the one that gets slapped. He's the one that gets slammed. He's the one, and it doesn't matter. He's happy.
Anvil of that team.
Yeah, like, yo, I really am, like, to see that kind of work together when you, like, he could have an ego. He might be like, yo, I can wrestle too. Like, who knows, really? Because you really don't get to see him. The one push they ever gave him was the corniest push ever.
Yeah, it was hard. That
And-
theme song.
Oh,
yeah.
Which one?
That theme song that he had for a little bit.
And
it
then
was
they
like
said
a
he
weird
was
like
super
bell
smart.
chiming thing. Oh.
Yeah.
They just got rid of it. Like,
Oh,
they act
for
like that
Eric
never
Rowan.
even happened.
Oh.
Because there was no way to get away from that. It was so bad.
It was
To me, it
Hey,
was
they had
like
to
a
keep
genius.
it some kind of Wyatt family-ish, I guess.
Yeah, but he was like
Yeah.
a genius, but he wanted to, like,
He
he
just
never,
didn't want to talk.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. It
Like
just
the
didn't
sheet
make
mask
sense.
was like his like happy place or whatever. So whenever
Yeah,
he took
yeah.
it off, he felt
Wait,
uncomfortable.
but his mask, but you're a murderer, so what do you mean you're happy? Like, yeah, like, it doesn't make sense to me that they're
Yeah.
trying to make me
It
think that you're a
makes sense.
mask.
He'd be sitting there talking to his dog like,
Yeah, like, yo,
Like,
like,
it
it's
wasn't
just, it was weird, and I'm glad that they just kind of just was like, hey, that 3 months didn't happen.
Jesus
and we're
Christ.
just gonna put him back on.
Just gonna
Just forget
repackage
that
things.
Yeah, like, we're just gonna act like that never happened. We're gonna put you back in. You're fine. So I think that's pretty cool. The Bludgeon Brothers also are undefeated, but their undefeated run is way better. They are killed. The first time that they cheated as heels is winning. This is the Brock Lesnar syndrome. They have not cheated. They were beating people down. They beat New Day twice without cheating before this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They did cheat, and people complained, but they have to now see that New Day is their closest. So like now they had to cheat. That's what you wanted to
Shout
think.
out to them because they actually let the New Day do their thing
Yeah.
against the Bludgeons.
Listen,
Got
but
him, man. You gotta
Like
listen to
Xavier
man.
was the truth.
listen,
Xavier,
I love what they're doing with Xavier.
He is killing it right
Listen,
now. Xavier Woods
his
is
last
definitely
4
blowing
months
up.
has been crazy.
Yeah.
It's been just a crazy. You know he can
What?
wrestle. It's good to see Kofi and Big E take a step back and let him really get in these
But that's the
matches.
thing. Why does Big
Yeah.
E keep taking steps back? That guy is
Well, no.
over. You gotta push him.
He's a team.
Yes.
He's just the ultimate team player, bro. He really
Yeah.
like he is the ultimate team player because he could get a push. He could go to them like, hey, I'm ready. But when they wanted to break up New Day, he's the one at WrestleMania last year. They were gonna. He said no. He's like, I like what we're doing. They're the most over team ever. When they had that survey, they're like
I think
94.
they still are, man.
Yeah, they
no.
still
They are, but I mean ever. Like when they wrote it, who's your like most likable team?
Yeah.
They now again, closely people are gonna hate the Hotties over a period of time because they've been heels and this and that. But I'm saying New Day was the highest ranked. They literally just have fun, and when they're on TV, no matter who you are, you just want to see what they're gonna do,
Yeah.
what
I
they're
had a-
gonna
I
say.
have a
And
question.
not to mention, up, down, down is
Oh, it's blowing up.
it's
Yeah.
blowing
Oh,
up.
yeah.
So like,
even more.
Vince eventually will get his way and will break them up. I don't think it's gonna be because one of them turn. I think it's just gonna be, hey, one of them gets a title match. I still want them to win the Money in the Bank. I'm praying that one of them and just has.
I
different
wanted
ones
them to
trying
win Money in the
cash-
Bank.
I want Kofi to get.
I just want to see.
I want Kofi to get.
Xavier
I
try to
think-
cash in and then he gets hit. Like, oh no, Big E cashed it in, and they're like, "What do you mean?" Well, we did that for our whole run,
free
and,
bird rules.
and people let it go. Because I think that would be so cool to see them like do that to Samoa
Free
Joe.
bird.
That's
We
why.
get the
That's
title.
why when
That'd
we
be
talked
cool.
about the Money in the Bank thing,
Yeah.
which I will get to later on with the final match. Remember, I was talking about they had to give it to Braun because of SummerSlam. Originally, my original pick was a New Day person. I wanted it to be Big E to represent.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Hey, Braun, this is the worst decision WWE made is by having Braun win.
By having Braun Strowman hold that, we will get
It's
to that
literally
after
the
because
worst.
I do have something to say about
We've
that.
taken
as well.
away the allure of the Money in the Bank because it should just not go to somebody who literally is bigger than everybody and is gonna win. When Kane won it, it was different. It
But
was
Kane
not-
used it same night, so that actually
Kane,
worked. for
It
him.
literally, if Braun won it and did it that night, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kane won it. It was like you knew he was destined at the time. The push they were giving him,
Yeah.
he was just unstoppable. So of
yeah.
course he was gonna. Braun's push is way different. He didn't have to. They gave him the greatest Royal Rumble win for some odd reason. He didn't need that either.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like they're giving him accolades,
This is-
kind of like they were giving to Roman. They're just giving him all these accolades, but it doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make even when Roman threw out 10 people, I'm like. Why? He lost. I don't care. Like it makes. Like, I'd rather him just win. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
but they
care
said
that
they
he's-
did the same thing for Kane. Like Kane,
Yeah.
he had the record what 7
Yeah.
in one match.
But
Yeah.
that's when they
Oh,
went.
he had
did.
it for like 10, and then Roman beat it with a like 11.
Yeah, he had 11.
Yeah.
Roman had 11. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that Kane at the time was in that era. They wanted you to believe Kane and Undertaker were getting similar. Like Kane was rising. Roman doing it at the time was they were like he's just a big dog. He does. But I was like I don't care. Just let him win. Because if he would have won that year, he'd have never been booed.
Speaking of Kane, shout out to the
New
new
mayor.
mayor of Knox County.
And it's still he's giving a toy giveaway of wrestling dolls this week. He really is. I follow it because I'm into politics. And he gives he's giving away wrestling dolls this week. And it's pretty cool.
Oh, he's gonna use this star
Yeah.
power for his
Well,
campaign.
when he came out
What?
to his theme
When
song.
he said he did.
Yeah, I saw that when
Wait,
he came up for his like announcement, or, like his
one of the
victory
people
speech.
in the
Yeah.
primary said, "Do you want a guy representing you who hit a girl?" And they showed him hitting Stephanie.
Oh,
Who
did you
this?
see that? Did you see
Yo,
like,
that
the
was-
commercials they would do?
Listen.
Like Glenn Jacobs is an evil man. They
Yeah.
kept showing him tombstone
That was
people,
one of the primary
electrocuting
people.
Shane.
Dude, I was like, that don't work.
They were using his wrestling gimmick.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
using
like,
his gimmick
and he
That's
was laughing. He was like, people vote with me because I did that. Like, it was, he's so good at speaking though. He could tell he's gonna be.
Didn't he
good
get like
politician.
60% of the vote or
Well,
like 60
listen.
something?
In the primary, he did. In the election, he won. It was cool. Before he went on, it was a close race. He was only up 6 points. When he went back to SmackDown,
Yeah.
he ended up winning by like 20 points. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
went there, and it's not considered not equal airtime because he already has a
was
job there.
nuts,
So,
yeah.
because usually if you go on air and you're running, someone else has to get airtime, but it's not. He already has a job there. So he went on there with Daniel Bryan. And his poll numbers like shot up. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like he hurt his ankle, sympathy. I don't know. I feel like Vince was like, "Yo, we're gonna help you win."
He could have used Ripple. He was like, this
Yeah.
is when-
Oh, he's running
Yeah, yeah,
Republican.
that's what
He's
he said.
running
Yeah,
Republican.
yeah.
Vince is a Republican.
Yeah, he's more of a
Yeah.
libertarian, but yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely is. Like, I think he's He's awesome, man. He's doing this toy giveaway. He's doing a mask thing next month for Halloween. Like, he's gonna be a cool man. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna be a cool man.
Man really never does anything, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just having fun. He's just
Like
giving
what
away
Jessica
1,000
Turtles,
toys.
man.
For the fact that the man was able to transition into politics like that.
Yeah, that's
You
it's
know?
pretty cool, and that will leave him a door now, for, like, to always be able to get paid and always like move
Yeah.
up. So it's gonna be cool. But what was?
Where we at?
We're at the Braun Strowman squash.
Yes.
Braun
We
Strowman
knew that was
squashed
happening.
Kevin Owens in 1 minute and 50 seconds, and the Money in the
Why did they make
Bank
a new
briefcase
shirt?
was on the line.
Victor, you
That-
answer this.
Why did he?
No, no.
exactly.
Why did they make
Why
a
did
new
he
shirt?
come out with gear matching
was-
the briefcase?
That's Kevin
He
Owens.
had it said KO in the bank. It's a legit
Yeah, it did.
new shirt.
Yeah, it was
I
a new
was
shirt. You
looking
saw
it up to see when I could order it. Okay, I'm looking it up in the man, and I'm looking at Matt like, yeah, he's dying. All right, whatever. I'm like, oh, what that? What? I was looking at Matt. I'm like, can I?
Can I press order?
Yeah, I'm like, can I at least throw away my money?
I have a feeling we're gonna do this a couple more times.
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
pay-per-view.
I got up and I guess I had a drink, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
I heard, boom.
Yo, he takes
I'm like-
the most bumps right now of anybody
yeah.
I love KO.
on everything. I love him. He will get a title run in the next 2 years because he just signed a 5-year contract.
For what he just put his body
Yeah.
through, going
With
off the
Braun
ladder,
Strowman.
going off the cell.
Oh, yeah.
You know that's leading.
That's
That's leading
slam.
to that.
Vince is like, all right.
and they
you're
let him
doing a
beat Braun. He
pay-per-view.
got 2 wins
He
over
got
Braun
that.
Strowman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Big
just
guy.
got that contract. They got him.
Braun's a big guy. That's what Vince likes. Vince likes to big.
And he
men.
comes around the corner and boom goes the dynamite.
Yo, he did best
even
hit
flip.
stick.
He almost flipped. He was like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm good, man.
I love how he sold that though.
Yeah, you know, he did. He was like,
Yo,
yeah,
it was
like,
a-
nah, I'm
He
good.
sells that move the best, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
that was literally like.
Look at this.
And
Hey, that was
there's the
good.
flip.
But the first one, he was like, nah. He's like, I was at the ground. I'm okay. That was good. Another match where I
But my
felt like
thing is,
they can humanize
he
Braun.
really
and Braun.
does not need the Money in the Bank, though.
That's why
The
we
worst
had.
winner
That's
of
why
Money
we
in
had
the Bank
Owens.
ever.
This
That's
guy
why I
just-
thought Owens would win
Yes,
because they would.
so did I.
They would back
I told
off of
you.
that.
I was like,
Need it.
let Braun lose it and go crazy. He loses
Yes.
it for like someone comes in and instead of chair shotting him, they chair shot Kevin Owens like Sami Zayn, even though he's hurt really bad. I thought maybe he could just get cleared, just get in the ring. He goes in there, he hits Kevin Owens. Anybody,
Anything.
So because why put the? Because he kept saying if anything happens, I win, right?
That choke.
Why?
That choke slam was bad. Yeah,
Yes.
he bounced
Yeah.
off the steel rim.
Yeah, he's
I
good,
think
man.
that's why that match was so short, man.
Oh, I had.
He probably legitimately.
Nah, he
I'll
was
say this.
booked to get squashed.
A lot of people
For
say
Braun.
that. A lot of people say that's why they squashed it down even worse.
They think it's. I don't.
But-
He was booked to make Braun look like a monster.
Yeah, he was
just-
gonna-
It was
he was
just.
gonna
It was
get
just.
squashed.
I
It
don't
was
think
just
it was.
so
I
fast.
think you can find a reason. It was like when they said Rusev might have got hurt with the tombstone. Like that's why he didn't like kick out after like he was gonna throw it away. Sometimes you're just booked to get squashed. So you
Yeah.
find a reason. He was just booked to make Braun look crazy and also believe that he would cash in. Because what did they all say on the thread? Which got 1,000 comments just saying.
Oh, we already talking about
More than that.
more.
Oh, 16, 1700? That was crazy. We were having a crazy.
we had a
crazy time. That was the most fun I had. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna cash in tonight," because, and that's what I think Vince was like. Okay, cool. I'm
Oh no, wait. I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Because everyone said, "Well, he's fresh."
Why do I have this feeling? Me and you are gonna say
Plus-
the exact same thing.
We don't. We here.
Brock's still champion.
Like
Don't worry
nine.
about it. Don't even worry about it. Brock's
Yeah.
still champion. Just keep watching, baby. I got nothing to say. I'm upset.
All right.
And then we have the next match. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Carmella defending against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Reigns. I mean Roman Flair.
You just Vince's boy, ain't you?
Okay. Obviously,
He is the greatest
Let-
female wrestler of all time. Facts.
Can we just point out the obvious fact?
Yeah.
She's going to
Facts.
break her daddy's record before she even hits the 10-year mark.
Good. Facts. Facts. Charlotte
Okay.
Flair single-handedly.
Hold up.
Wait.
Hold up. Oh,
Big
Victor's
ain't
ready.
say much. All this.
Adrian,
I'm gonna
first of
watch
all,
this.
Adrian, first of all, I want you to go to Vince McMahon and Triple H. Get me an application so I can be on WWE's payroll too. All right.
That was good. That was good. I'm not gonna lie. That was good.
By the way,
I'm just
so you
saying,
guys know, they
how do
just
you
said
hate
the
Charlotte
fan
Flair?
definition.
She's done everything.
Just put that in the
Champion
comments.
76 times. She's main evented like 3 times. Like she's just. She literally just got thrown in the match. They're like, you know what? Get the title.
Well, why? Why would you go to
See, that's the thing.
She
We
did
don't
it.
hate her. We don't hate her. We just
Everybody-
hated
Star
what she.
power. What was she gonna do if she wasn't in the match? She's the
didn't need
biggest
to be in
wrestler.
it.
She did not
She
need to
didn't
be
need
in
to.
it,
What
What
she
she
man.
gonna do?
She could
She
have
could've took
re-debuted after
SummerSlam off.
SummerSlam.
Give her like a special
She
guest
came back
referee.
with. We're gonna
Put her
take
on
the
that
biggest
spotlight.
wrestler female wrestler on SmackDown
She-
and not
She
wrestling.
is
She returned
at that
2 weeks
current
ago.
moment.
Proud when the
No,
She returned 2 weeks ago.
But yo, Becky.
Yeah, but that's Brooklyn. Who cares? Brooklyn booed.
No.
Brooklyn's.
Oh,
I love
now
Brooklyn.
it's screw this.
I like Brooklyn, but come on, the fans are crazy.
No.
Shout out
How
to
you
Jabba
want to
T's
say,
podcast.
Charlotte? At that moment, Becky was the biggest thing on the
And
women's
that's why they
division on
let Charlotte
SmackDown.
win, so they could heal her.
No, I get
Okay.
that. But they could have just not had her on the card.
You
Like, she was
can't.
thinking-
Okay, and I'll tell you right now, that's bad business. That's really bad business.
Let me say this because she wasn't.
She's literally their biggest.
Hold on, wait.
female. That's
If
really bad business.
If she wasn't, she didn't show up till what, like almost 2 weeks ago. She came back. They could have just gave her 2 more weeks off.
But it's
Let
bad
her
business.
chest heal a little bit.
But
She
it's
coulda-
bad
she coulda relaxed.
business.
Shout out to Jennifer for those
because everyone. Okay,
but it's bad business.
Do people not like Carmella right
People
now? As a
were going to tune in for
We're-
Becky.
We're gonna talk.
People were
I
going to
love
tune
Mella.
in.
We're gonna talk.
No.
Adrian.
I'm not even a big Becky fan. I don't know why. I love Mella.
Let's talk
That's why you're in. That's why you're in this. You're biased. You're biased.
I'm honest.
Thank you.
I'm honest. Wait, I'm honest. I understand Becky. People want Becky to get
Charlotte
the
could have
title.
been the special guest.
But
referee.
even if she lost,
deserved it, man.
Charlotte could have been at ringside.
She would have looked like she was helping. Becky is gonna be champion, just not now. Probably at Evolution. Maybe if Charlotte doesn't want to run, I don't know. Let Charlotte be champion.
No, they gotta.
Yeah.
Well, they got. No, they
There
put.
was no need for
People
Charlotte to win right
already
now.
hating her, man. She's
Good.
She's not built for the
Let's-
Roman Reigns heat, man. She's not built for that.
She was healed. She's a good
No,
heel.
I'll say this. Charlotte will be a great heel.
Oh,
no, she will be. She'll be a great heel. 'Cause,
Becky's
I
a
mean, look
heel
at her
now.
daddy. Look at her daddy.
Listen, Charlotte can do everything, man. I just she can be any role she wants. But this is still a Becky
I
story.
mean, shout out to
I
the
wouldn't
full
even-
twist
This
off
is
the
a
top
Becky
rope.
story, though. Now look at Becky's. We got what we wanted. We wanted Becky to turn 8 years ago. Like we wanted Becky.
No,
it's-
But
we
it's
need
not
Becky
even a
to
turn.
win.
Though. Like,
No,
We need
the
Becky
crowd's
to
saying
you
win.
deserve
Way to
it.
go, Carl.
in
We need
Brooklyn,
Becky
it's not
to
a turn.
win.
I guarantee you, when she comes out tonight and she disses the fans, they say that she says the same thing that everyone says.
That's the
They
only
don't
way.
know.
Because I saw a clip
It's
at a house
easy.
show. They did
There's
a
a
house show
clip.
and
There's a
she
house show
turned
clip.
and she attacked Charlotte, and the crowd was going nuts
Exactly.
for Becky
Because of
Like I s-
Charlotte. It's like when you attack Roman Reigns. I get what you're saying, but what happens? Eventually, they will still boo the person they want you to boo. So she will diss the crowd. She will say what everyone says. You weren't behind me. Where were you when I was? And guess what?
No, the crowd was
Fans
behind
are
her.
like,
The
no,
crowd was behind
It
her.
don't matter in reality. What did Randy Orton say? You guys diss. I'm like, Randy, what the
Well,
hell?
that's a different
We give
situation
you
altogether.
standing. We give
That
you
I didn't
standing
get.
ovation and yo RKO. What else do
Yeah.
you want from us?
I'll say this. Would it?
But it don't matter. Now what? He gets booed.
Would it-
It's simple. The crowd does not want to
He
be
doesn't really
insulted.
get booed. He
He got
gets the
booed.
mixed boo.
Yeah, he gets the mixed
He
reaction.
was getting standing ovations and RKO chants. He's not getting that.
Oh no, they're still cheering for him. People
Yeah,
are still
so
cheering for
because
him.
the die-hard.
There you go.
This
Full
was
twist.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
That was cool.
All right. I got. How about
She-
this? Hold on,
She
Yeah,
She's the GOAT.
she missed Becky completely and barely grazed Carmella.
Becky's fault. Look what Becky did. Becky moved. Rewind it. Becky moved to the right.
I'm rolling it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Shout
are doing
out
an
to
instant
what's
replay
this?
here, brought to you by the
What's
U.W.O
this?
podcast that you can download on Anchor. Let's see.
For free.
For free, by the way.
Wait, where is it?
Yo, you guys need a comment, like a
wait.
thread, like after.
What you
once we can
starting,
comment.
man?
I'm just saying. I'm literally watching your episodes and all this
Listen.
I want to say, and listening. And that's
why you listen again.
I'm about to make a thread and just like, oh well, I am listening.
Okay,
now.
here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
See,
See?
Charlotte Flair is on the top rope.
Look at this.
Moonsault, corkscrew. Becky was nowhere near.
What is Becky doing? What is Becky doing? What is Becky doing?
Becky was
She was on her
nowhere
cue.
near.
Charlotte missed the cue.
No,
Charlotte missed the cue.
No, Camilla did the right thing. Camilla said,
Or if we
Becky
rewind
was
one more
like,
time,
no, I
did
hate
Mella
you.
push Becky out of the way? I'm just saying,
Hey,
conspiracy theory.
all I know is this: Charlotte is champion. It is great news.
7 times though.
Let's make it 12. Okay,
Oh
how
my
about
God.
that? I hope you do it.
I'm
Let's
just
make
saying-
it 12.
I'm just
Okay,
saying,
This
like,
was her moment. This was her.
She got
Becky,
a moment.
nah,
She still got a
right.
With
moment.
her
She
winning-
still got a moment. She still got a moment.
mind you,
Her moment
wait,
should include a gold. You know it.
I know.
Wait. Going back in the match real quick. When Carmella's slapped the back of the head of Becky Lynch early in the match, I'm like, man,
She going.
that.
Yeah. Another rock bottom.
I do
One.
like Becky.
That was a bookend.
Yeah,
Okay,
bookend,
that was a
yeah.
bookend.
Mella looked good.
That was actually.
Mella looked good. This
That was-
Mella has got
This
a
is
real-
probably the best
She's got a
Carmella
real
match
better.
she's ever had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen. She got a clean one over Charlotte.
Who would have thought
She beat
out
her
of
twice.
her,
She
Enzo,
beat
and
her.
Cash, she'd be the one
Only
still standing,
one
though,
left.
man.
I
The
know.
only one to actually
this.
hold a belt at never
Yeah,
mind.
no,
Enzo had
Enzo
to
got
go
one.
cruiserweight.
Enzo got one.
It pays to be
That was-
blonde.
That was 205 Live.
Look at Yeah, you cried. I like you. You should get a rematch soon. Becky, you got the turn, and Charlotte got the title. Everyone's happy.
Nobody's happy.
Nobody.
You're the only
Adrian.
And I'm glad Vince knows.
When Becky snapped on Charlotte, the crowd was saying, "You deserve it.
Yeah.
You deserve it" to
That would
Charlotte.
have happened anywhere.
That
would have happened.
That happened
That
anywhere.
only applies to Chicago.
When she gets booed,
Look at this.
when Becky gets booed, I don't want to hear nothing because she's gonna get
Because
booed.
you're gonna get that cheap heat come out.
Hey.
Screw you, fans.
Good. Don't fall for it then. Then they say don't fall for it. But what are they gonna do? They're gonna be like, you know what?
Bro, that Brooklyn
Andrew
excuse
does not
only
need a mic.
applies in Chicago. You can't blame Brooklyn. This is not Chicago.
job.
Chicago
I'm
is the
proud of you.
problem.
Turning.
That
You
hates
got the title.
everybody.
Look.
Chicago and
I'm
Philadelphia.
too.
Philadelphia is
Good
pretty
job,
damn bad,
Becky.
too.
Yeah.
Good job, Becky. Her
Chicago,
Charlotte.
good
Good
Chicago
job.
could be bad.
Who's champion now? I get cut.
Everybody wanted Becky to win. Look at the
Everybody.
predictions.
guy.
Look at the prediction show. Go back last week on the podcast.
Charlotte,
Yep.
Charlotte,
Go to
Charlotte,
odds
Charlotte.
last week, episode
I
4.
started so bad. and I got
That you can download on Anchor.
We all were. This was Becky's
guys did.
moment.
We
She
applauded.
deserved
We
it.
applauded.
Oh,
when they
damn.
did that.
Kevin Lima's watching. He always wanted to catch us when we were all on the show. What up, Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm representing for us, Kevin. Don't worry. I got our back.
What do you mean you got your back? Kevin likes Brock.
So yeah, we can.
Like, now
So
I changed
yeah,
my friend status.
I'm like, how do you block?
so 5 out of 6 fans agree that the wrong woman won.
Thank
So
you.
let's move on to the next
But
match.
the person who's right.
4 stars.
Yeah, right.
4 stars? Nah.
That
I would
match-
have given it 4.
I got into
Becky
that one.
won.
I was into that one.
I'm a hater. 3.5.
It was a good match, though.
But
It was a
mainly
good match.
No, the match itself. Yeah,
It wasn't great, but it was a
That was a damn good match.
Yeah.
Considering the
You know
fact
what?
that,
I'm gonna give it
considering the
4
fact that it
stars.
involved Carmella, it was a decent.
Yeah, with Carmella.
I think that
That's an efficiency
honestly,
as
just
is.
seeing Carmella,
Yeah.
like, if she could do that all the time, that'd be great.
For the record, my boy Ray was in the comments. I was with him when we saw
good,
Carmella
Ray?
in Providence.
Yo, if I ever meet Carmella, yo, it's on. Like, I don't
That
care.
man needed an
I'm
extra
gonna
bed.
shoot
He
my
was
shot,
thirsty.
yo. Look what Corey's wearing, man.
Look what Byron's wearing.
That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Like what?
Like you look at Corey's and you're like, oh, that's
Summer
damn, that's
suits,
crazy.
man.
And then this motherfucker, it's like a shiny suit, like he's in the Diddy video.
I'm sorry. Can we real quick? Percy Watson, worst commentator ever.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I love Percy.
No.
He makes
No.
Mike
As a
Adamle
wrestler,
look
not as a
good.
commentator,
Booker T gets that.
No,
Booker T
he makes
was
Booker
horrible.
T look
No,
good.
Booker T's
He was horrible,
Booker T
man.
said things that literally made no sense.
He did shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah, listen.
Yes, Brian.
Jonathan Coachman.
Oh,
No, Coach School.
He's Booker T. What did he say?
I'm sorry.
He said something that was literally impossible, and Cole was like, "You can't, like, it doesn't make sense."
Old coach was good. When he
Old
came
coach
back,
was cool.
it looks like
This
he's still
coach don't-
getting
I feel like he don't
reacclimated.
even, like, what were you doing? I know
Yeah.
you were at ESPN.
But
and you didn't
Percy
lose.
Watson, oh my God, the man can't even finish a sentence sometimes. Like
Oh, yeah.
he starts talking.
I gotta watch these comments.
Oh man. But wait. Who's the worst commentator? Percy Watson or David Otunga?
Percy.
I like Totunga.
I
Percy.
didn't mind Otunga. He wasn't great.
He wasn't great, but Percy was worse.
He's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes Mike Adamle look
No,
good.
no.
No, yes.
Don't
He
get
has
Mike Adamle into this.
he has
That's the door
fallen
you make out
below
of
Mike
No,
Adamle.
we can't do that. We can't do Adam Lee.
that.
Adam Lee's not. He's sick.
Jamaican
Yeah.
make crazy coffee.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
But
To start up fantasy again, since he's on the show with the busted leg. I can do fantasy.
but yeah, let's move on to the next match for the WWE Championship, the real top title in the company. AJ Styles.
Oh my God, I just almost threw
Oh,
it.
my.
The phenomenal one, AJ Styles versus
4
Samoa
stars.
The
Joe.
run and the run.
All
That was
WWE's fault that
was
people are not on
And-
feeling this run.
No.
No,
They
that was-
backburnered the
They're not
WWE
WWE
title.
title.
They've been nothing. They've been spending all this time focused on Roman Reigns
Eddie
and
Reigns.
Brock
Oh my
Lesnar.
God.
That they
Yes.
said, "Hey, AJ Styles, just hold that belt over there. And, we're gonna do something with." Come on,
Yeah.
we know damn well that if WWE were behind AJ Styles
Everybody
100%,
give him a whole show.
they give
The
it.
host that AJ Styles, man, blah, 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 blah.
But
Who
yet-
cares, nigga?
but yet they still talk-
Nakamura
the big
versus-
dog,
Nakamura
the big
versus-
dog.
He can't run the company because he couldn't.
Look.
He's
AJ gets 2 hours. Roman gets 3.
I'm sorry. 4.5 million fans tune in when Roman turns in. 2.6 million fans tune in when AJ turns in. There's a difference. They move different. That's all. It just moved different. So for the fan who doesn't like Roman Reigns, it's still 10 that do. So that's the problem.
So it's
That
10 to 1,
was.
you said. So it's 10 to 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10 to 1. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I-
But don't worry. I like AJ Styles. I hate
No, I
to put him
don't.
down because I really like AJ Styles. But he really hurt me with this whole
This
run.
run is
This
not a
isn't
bad
good.
run.
It's an awful run.
It's
not.
not.
No, I don't
Kevin
think so.
Owens
It's
Universal was
awful.
terrible.
Yeah.
If you can look at match
Terrible.
quality, if you look at match quality, it's
What
not
do
a
you
bad
expect
run.
from AJ Styles? I don't care what. Ooh, you don't care about it. He's not putting on good matches.
No, he's putting on
The
good
thing
matches.
is,
This one right here was a great one.
it's the bookings for the
That's
matches.
booking.
That was
That
a
was
good
a
match.
good match.
That was a good match.
Do you
Like
think-
I said,
With him and Joe,
Nakamura
yeah.
match, the Nakamura matches were bad.
I
No,
started
Nakamura
off
was
slow.
bad, yeah.
Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
the
I thought it started
whole
off
six
slow,
were
but
bad.
it picked up and it got
It did.
damn good.
But listen, and it started off slow. It should because Samoa Joe started again. He's trying to work him out. I get that, but this was a damn good match. I agree, but this run has to end. It's boring. It's not a good run. His first one was better.
I will say this. I said it on the podcast before.
His
Who does
first one was
Who does
better.
this run remind you of,
Come
Eddie?
on.
Who does this run remind you of?
Don't say Seth Rollins.
Nope. Who does this run remind you of? CM
CM Punk.
It's the exact same. When Punk was
get
world
out.
champion. No. When Punk was world
I
champion.
can't get up. Get up.
No. When Punk was world champion, how many times did he
Hey,
make
Ma.
Who cares about
Hi, Ma.
matches? He's not putting on good
Yeah.
matches.
How many times-
He didn't main event one time.
He did it one time?
He didn't main event one time.
Exactly. How many times has AJ Styles main evented?
He's not. But listen, it's a
It's
difference.
the exact same
No,
run.
it's not because he had the main title. CM Punk had the main title. Was
So does he. So does he.
The WWE title is not the main title.
The Universal title is the main title.
No,
No,
the
the Universal
WWE.
title is something they got out of Cracker Jack box and supersized it. That is not a real title.
Whatever the Raw title is the main title.
No.
Guys.
The one that carries.
Wait. Hang on.
The Universal, whatever the
So when the
Raw
world
title
title, when the old world title was on Raw, that was the main title.
whatever, when it was on Raw. What are you talking about?
The big gold belt. The big gold belt.
No, but whatever isn't the world title, whatever they call the Universal, that is we all know that's the main title.
Okay. So
That Roman has the secondary title.
Oh, Brock won.
So I used to
Brock
say-
won.
I used to
Brock
say-
won.
hold on.
Say this, I will leave. If you
First of
believe
all-
it, I will leave.
I wish
First of all,
Okay.
First of all, okay, between the Universal title and the WWE Championship, which one has the 55, 60-year legacy?
Does not matter. Try again.
Whoa.
They don't care about it.
20 years. Okay. Listen. 20 years from now. 20 years from now, we'll still have the WWE title, not the
I don't
Universal.
care. You guys are.
Wait. Oh, pick me.
You guys are looking at me.
Hey, go.
So if that's the case, that means Roman's first 3 title reigns mean nothing.
They don't. They don't mean it in the exit of this one. They don't mean it in the exit of this one. So wait. So then, if that means nothing, then that means I'm right now. Then right.
Huh?
If
No,
I-
based on what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is, what they made the main title, the reason why they unveiled the Universal, who cares about the name? You know the main title's on Raw, guys. Like, you guys are playing.
it doesn't mean it.
So let me get this straight. Roman has the second title right now.
No,
and
it's not.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar held the second title.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
No. Yes. You're realistic. He was holding the second title.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's still
Yo,
champ.
get out, man. I don't know. I'm not doing this, yo. You guys are playing this. Yo,
here.
Honestly, just FaceTime me, yo. I'm not. yo, I'm so mad.
You ain't going nowhere.
This is gonna happen.
First of all,
This is happening.
you have crippled. First off, you
This
have
has been in the
crippled.
making for months.
Yeah.
This is going down.
You're half crippled, and you done walked up there.
You ain't going back down there.
I'm not walking unless I have to. So you're right.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yo, but wait. Real quick about this match. This is where I think it's going to go on Fox, where Samoa Joe went with the insults.
Yeah.
I think you're going to hear dirtier jokes from people. I believe Fox is really going to
Yeah.
try their hardest. They put $2 billion in.
But that's SmackDown, though.
They're going to... Yeah, well, no, but what I'm saying is they're going to repeat... Like, there's no way they're going to let Fox do it and USA's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because USA has the chance to do it. They don't. Because they're literally cable TV.
Yeah.
And they don't do it. They have the same... They can do it. They just don't.
Yeah,
So there's no way that they're not going to...
But,
if Raw does it. It's impossible because the writers are writing for both. So since they can, they will. There's a reason why I'm telling you. They're just testing to see if people how they react. That comment was crazy, but it made people watch. Even friends who don't watch wrestling was like, "Yo, did you see this clip?" And they sent me a clip.
Yeah.
We're like, "Yo, what the heck was he talking about?"
It's
Like, "Yo, watch the
writing.
match."
It's
Yeah.
good writing.
Yeah, it is.
It's one of those things that like
He
people
said,
say.
"I'll be here."
But people say this, right? They
Nah,
like to.
dude, not in front of the girl.
And then when the
No,
crowd
no,
was
no.
like, "Who's your dad?"
I'll say this about
the crowd,
WWE
they
writing.
don't care.
When it comes
Go
to
ahead, Brian.
when it comes to WWE writing, right? We crap on it a lot. It's not because we want swears and boobs and all this other crap. We just want something that's like entertaining.
We don't want
Something
Rock
that
and
sounds
Robin.
good. Yeah, we don't want Rock and Robin.
No.
You can
Why
give
not?
it-
Oh, great.
like, we don't want a Rock and Robin, but we want something like
That
this.
took
which-
up the first
a
5
good
minutes of the
storyline.
episode.
It's a good storyline,
Two
though.
months, I think
Oh
the
my
writing-
God.
When they lax the rules that you can kind of go strip a little bit,
Yeah.
I think the writing has been better the last 2 months. Again, I think it's hard to continuously write a story. I think it's so much easier. It was so much easier to write a world picture story for AJ and Roman than it is to write, let's say, for the B team. Before the I think it's hard to write for people who don't need.
Just say it. Come on, 1, 2, 3.
BT,
BT,
go, go, go.
I think it's
Flip
easier
that,
to write.
flip that.
It's been
It's
brewing.
just easier
We had to
write
do it.
titles than it is to write for someone who isn't going anywhere. It's harder to write for the bar, and I believe that they need those secondary writers.
But I
They
think
don't have that.
when it comes to the writing, though, the one problem that I have is how are you going to write for a character that you're not portraying? That has always been my biggest thing. And you're not allowing these characters to have input either. Like, when you actually let these guys be like, yo, all right, two guys, like, we can sit in the room right now and write a storyline for anybody, but we don't know the history of these two dudes. Like obviously, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, we'll use them as an example, right? They have a history for years. Like, it's very simple to go back in the history and say, all right, they were best friends. You know, they came up in the business together. One person made it to WWE before the other one. That's your storyline. Or sit down with them and be like, all right, let's brainstorm. How can we work what you guys have done in the past?
They
and-
do
Maybe
need
they're
to
listening to
Yeah.
this
They're hiring lifetime writers.
Hopefully they are.
Did lax. I mean,
No,
yeah,
they really
you
are. I
hear
think one of
people-
them is from Lifetime.
Like,
Wow.
when I'm
That
watching, like,
explains
I don't know
a
if you guys
lot.
watch
Yeah, it
Story
is.
Time and watch all this, and they said like the writers are saying you can go off script a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
like eventually they're going to let them.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
don't
telling
kick
you,
a little
once
person
they-
like Cass.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, that's crazy. They literally point
That
blank.
pissed Vince
Go ahead.
off, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yo, there's a difference between going over and just really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a difference
Yeah.
when they tell you no.
Yeah.
Everybody tells you no,
Yeah, like when
and you
everyone
still
says
do it.
Don't
No,
do it.
yeah.
and then
don't
you do it.
Yeah.
But I do like. I'm sorry. I do like the fact that they are letting them speak a little more. You notice more with Mella talking and Roman talking.
Yeah.
And a lot of them talking like it is better.
More edgier.
Yeah.
Roman
Yeah.
has gotten better
Yeah, and
on
they
promo.
relax on it.
Oh, whoa. Nobody say anything, because Brian just said something. Can you repeat that one more time, Brian?
Roman has been.
No, close to the mic. Come on.
Actually, I the mic. I'd like you to look there, sir.
Oh, I will gladly do this. Just wait till we get to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, for Brock Lesnar won, right?
Oh, yeah, Brock Lesnar won. Brock Lesnar.
Ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns has improved on the microphone. Yes.
But
anyone can get better if they're not writing for you, though. So I don't know.
exactly.
I believe that
If they're not
they
writing
say,
that
hey,
garbage for
I
him.
think he's a normal person. If you didn't, hey, just what would you say in the situation? It's way easier.
If you
Exactly.
listen to him in like
That's-
interviews
if you-
outside of WWE, he's a great speaker.
That's
Yeah,
what
when
I'm
he's
saying
talking
is,
from
I
his
just-
heart,
yeah.
when he's talking from himself,
That's why I think it's better when
not
he's
reading
talking
the
to Brock
script.
Lesnar and
Shoot.
he's
Okay,
talking about
two
him
guys-
not showing up
two-
there. They let him
Well,
just be himself. That was his
One's
best
gonna
moment.
come to well, my second point's gonna come to later. I just got to shout out Keith Cooper from the Blurdish group. He's
yeah.
tuned in. Yo, what's going on, Keith?
Yeah, bro.
We're just amped up. Sorry,
Nah,
guys.
Yeah, we are.
When I'm
Sorry.
there, man, it always goes off
Yeah.
track. I'm sorry.
So yeah, AJ Styles lost by disqualification, but still retains the title after Samoa
Yeah,
Joe.
but you know what?
talking
Keeps the
match.
rivalry going.
Yep, keeps the rivalry going. I like this match. I like the
both
ending.
DQs, again, I think they both made sense. I think it showed you
Yeah.
that the
How
New
does that
Day's
make
close.
sense, man?
The DQ made
The
sense.
AJ one, though.
What?
The AJ one. How does
He
that
lost
make
his
sense?
mind.
Yeah, he lost his mind. Yeah.
The AJ one made more sense
He don't
than-
care about winning.
Why
Yeah.
couldn't you do that after the match, though?
Because he lost his
Give him a
mind
clean
mid
win.
match.
Yeah.
When he said the daddy
Joe
thing,
insulted his family
AJ
during
was
the
what
match.
Yeah.
Yo, he looked
Like, you insult my
surprised.
family, wait till I
Like,
this
yo.
spin, then I'm gonna beat
Yeah,
you
like,
up.
he
No.
looked like he was like, wait, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah. 3 out of 3.
Script,
Okay,
your script? What
3
is-
out of 3 guys here are parents.
Yeah, oh.
If
Exactly.
I
I'm
said
done with the match if I don't know if he's gonna say that. He getting some cheer shots in, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm done with the match. Like, he
Yeah.
looked genuinely
Yeah.
surprised when he said that. He's like,
if
what the
I said something like that,
I don't think you're finishing a match. I don't think you knew. And again, they get paid so much where they're like, okay, you're dumb. I'm not gonna hit you in the head with the chair. Just lay down.
But you know something too? It's
That's what I'm
two
saying.
guys.
If I said something about Angelica,
Yeah.
if I said something about Junior, if I said something about
That's
how
crazy,
many
though.
of you
I
guys.
couldn't believe Samoa Joe said that. But AJ Styles' reaction was like,
Shout out to
He was
Janessa.
like,
No,
"Oh,
his
this
daughter's
match
my
is over."
goddaughters.
I was waiting for him to take off everything. Like, this match is over. We're about to square up right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like,
kids in
Danny
the house.
he looked genuinely surprised.
Full house.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
would
my daughter's here. What
Team no
like, but nah, it was that was a really good match. I can't wait to see that continue. I would love tonight for Samoa Joe to attack him again and just show that he just doesn't care.
Oh, obviously,
Like,
if
another attack,
we
another
walked
physical
up like
yeah, like it would just be kind of cool. Again, no one cares that Paige had someone else that was supposed to fight AJ Styles. No one cares because it wasn't.
you did bring that up.
It wasn't Samoa Joe. She was bringing somebody out. The guy never came out. Samoa Joe came from behind, hit him, signed it herself.
But who's
We don't know. They just dropped it. No one asked.
I thought it was supposed to be
No,
Joe
it wasn't.
because she came up to him and said, "Oh, because he's like, you said you wanted me because I'm a killer.
That was
I'm unpredictable."
After.
I thought that's
why
what
she
it
was
was.
going to keep the match. That's when she talked about it after.
Oh, okay.
Before that, she said she had someone. That's why they were waiting. Then no one came out. I thought
that's how they played it out. That's why Joe attacked him from behind.
No.
because it was a surprise attack and everything.
Although I will say this match was between a soccer
that's
mom
what
and a
it was gonna
lesbian.
be.
So, you know, shout out to Samoa
Yeah,
Joe's new haircut.
100%.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of, we got the next match here. They're on the TV screen right now. The Miz
I didn't
versus
wanna-
Daniel Bryan. A grudge match in the making. 8 years in the making, actually.
I
4
didn't even want
stars.
to talk to nobody with this. I waited so damn long for this match, man. I am dead serious. This was
I think
this
it
was
lived
my
up.
weekend maker right
I
now.
think it lived up.
It lived
Yeah.
up.
I agree.
It's gonna
I think,
continue.
I think the Miz
It's-
shows you that he can wrestle with anybody.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yo,
he's- the run he's on is crazy. Miz has 3 wins on SmackDown and 12 losses. Does anyone care about?
Nope.
Damn, bro.
And you know what? And I said this.
Stop at 0-10.
And I've been saying this too. Like Miz, this is the match, and the one with Seth Rollins a few months ago. Those were the matches that showed you that you can bring to a casual fan and be like, listen, Miz is a top player. Miz from Real World
Yep.
showed
Yes.
Yeah.
those 2
Yeah,
matches. It will prove
This was a
your
damn. He wasn't
point.
carried. It was a damn good match.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they were
Him
definitely
and
on
Daniel
the same
Bryan
level.
definitely put on an A+ match. I love the ending because point blank, you can't beat Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
storyline. In the end, he can't beat. So Daniel Bryan still looks strong. He can't beat him. Because in the end, Daniel Bryan was beating the hell out of him.
Yo,
And
because the
that
thing
was-
was,
Entertainer
and Stone Cold brought this up. Stone Cold and Wade Keller brought this up in their podcast. This is that Miz has been doing Daniel Bryan's moves
Yeah.
Yeah.
throughout the match. Whenever the Miz would do one of his moves,
Daniel
Bryan upped him
Yep.
Yeah.
with the same move.
Yeah.
It was really well. It was really well played the way they did it. I just love to see that. And everyone kept saying, "Oh, that Brie and them are gonna interact." No, Brie isn't
Brie-
his wife on TV right now.
Brie wasn't even out there.
You get what I'm saying? Like she's not involved
She didn't
in
need it.
matches.
And
That's what
you know
I
what?
said when people kept saying, "I'm like, she's not out there. How's she gonna?"
Yeah.
But you
Like,
know, and
Maurice
they
is,
didn't
though.
need him.
Yeah, no.
Did not
No,
need
but
it.
I'm saying a lot of people always assume that WWE's gonna take the easiest route.
Oh, speaking of Brie,
But no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh, she's back.
On a side note,
Breaking news: Brie Bella returns.
Yep, there he
Oh,
is.
is this SmackDown
And
now?
she's
Yeah, I
whooping
told
Miz's
you. I called this. They're
I
gonna
thought you
involve
said-
the
yeah,
wives.
Yeah, but
Damn,
not-
we going over.
Not then. Well, yeah, I didn't even know
Just
that.
so you guys
Shout out to Evan. He called it. This probably will end
Hold
up
on,
being
time
our
out.
longest
Just so you
episode.
guys know, just want to point out to the fans that don't know, this was the U.W.O versus the Codex Prime's decision maker right here.
This match. This match.
Just so you guys know, somebody over here with the T-shirts won the weekend. Go ahead.
all right.
Come on.
I will say this:
Come on.
Codex Prime did indeed win. They swept NXT. They went 5 for 5. We went 4 for 5. We were off by 1. But in total, SummerSlam, we won by 2. And over the whole weekend, combined, we won by 1. So UWO, first
Because
victory.
of
We'll
this
take it.
match right
all right.
here.
Thank you,
Just
Miz.
putting that out there.
Thank you, Miz.
And,
Don't worry about it. We got another one coming.
It made zero
Somebody
sense.
over
Yeah,
here.
oh yeah.
It just made 0 sense.
I
If
gotta
he wins,
borrow-
the feud's over.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
with Brian,
yeah.
yeah.
Wait.
Because somebody
Adrian,
over here
Adrian.
is going to go one-on-one with the great one. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate your confidence in me, Kyle.
Yeah, you
Who you take? Who you taking to Street Fighter? Me or Kyle?
Thank you.
I'll be the underdog. I'll be the underdog.
Kyle, take the dive. Just take the dive. Just take the dive.
These Vegas odds, man,
Kyle's
we gonna
like,
clean up.
He does this.
Yo, dude, this dude.
I'm
go-
pulling
Yo,
my
we
money
about
on
to get
Carl.
Vegas. We already got Twin Rivers involved. You got
Rivers betting.
let's have it at Twin Rivers. You want to have it at outside Twin River.
If you get it on the big screen.
Shit, I can't walk in Twin River without a yellow shirt on, man.
Yeah, I know you be fired. You can't no, not boom. Chat right there. You done. I been to Twin River every day. You can't do. I ain't been to Twin River in like a week now.
I wonder why, you know?
Wow. So yeah.
I went there with like 600 miles. I mean, you did.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, Miz DB keep the feud going. There's a lot more story to tell there. Next match was a squash. The Demon Finn Balor beat Baron Corbin
Baron
in
Corbin was in that match?
Wait,
Yep.
you guys are okay with that?
No,
right?
minute
that
30
was-
minute 35 seconds.
Why? That demon's supposed to look dominant.
I
No,
was
I
okay
know.
with
I'm
it.
like,
I
did-
don't
was
see
okay.
CGI that they did though with
Yeah.
the
I
cloud.
missed
Yeah.
it.
I did like Baron's confusion. He was like, I didn't agree to this to the ref.
Listen, I thought he
was
did
smoky.
well. Listen,
It was
I
too
thought
smoky. I
Baron
couldn't see.
Corbin.
Excuse me,
Baron
that's
Corbin
no.
is
When
like,
he
he's
has
such a
the
fan
dust
since
on,
he's
he's
been in the
Thomas
hospital.
Peston.
He's just great. He's like, what the? He's like, what's this? He literally looked believable. Yo, the way the jokes though, I swear to God, right now, I haven't made one because they're too good. You had a killer one I got on my phone. Brian has the best one so far.
Yeah, Brian,
wait, what
Yelp,
I got
Yelp
it.
review, he said,
Shut up. Wait, how did I miss that?
Wait, I've been posting it like 30 times.
How did I miss that?
He won the fucking internet on that one.
Yeah.
Like,
Between that one and then the one with him and Bobby Lashley yesterday.
Service, yo.
Service was bad. Service was bad. Wait for my Yelp review.
Tell your service is bad, Corbin. Wait for my Yelp review on this match. Yo, I swear to God. I swear to God.
Please tell me you saw the one I put yesterday with him.
Oh, that one almost. I can't let you battle yourself, so I can't rank it. But that was.
Wait, which one?
All right. So basically, when they went to commercial yesterday, when they set up Lashley versus Corbin, right? I go like this. I'm like, I really want to make a joke about a black man getting mad that he got baked chicken instead of fried chicken, and he's about to punch his waiter for forgetting the hot sauce.
Bad at Corbin was all
Yeah.
Okay, I did catch that. I had to like step out. I was at work at that time.
But that Yelp review, honestly, unless someone flips the Yelp review, I don't think it can be beaten.
No.
I've
that.
been waiting. I'm like, yo, who can talk? Like, you make great ones. But it just, they're just like jazz. He just went, you sounded like a real friend. You know LOL.
like you can literally look on Yelp and look for the review.
I'm like, yeah, I'm a Yelp. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on Yelp and find the review. I
I
want to
made a Yelp account and was like, I'm gonna do it.
I wish that's a great step. I'm doing that next. I'm doing that next. No,
with the no LOL, it made it so funny because I really read it like you went.
like it was something that they would put out.
Yeah, like you really want to
Adrian
go
even said
on
to me
Yelp.
too. He's like, dude, do you write these down? I'm like, no, it's literally off the top of my head.
Potato skin.
Every time he showed it, like he was standing there, and I'm like, yo, and then someone posted his real name and said, "Don't he look like a waiter?"
His name is Thomas Prescott.
Waiter.
That sounds like a waiter. Hi, my name is Thomas. Would you like to hear our specials today?
But don't get me wrong, Baron Corbin's a good wrestler, man.
Yeah,
he
he
really
Yes.
I think he is. I really think
he
he
found
can go,
his
man.
zone with this constable thing.
Yeah.
And now he's
You gotta do something with the haircut.
This gives him a lot of mic time.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I always said he was lacking. He was lacking good mic
sounds good
time.
now.
And I look how they
Yeah.
actually
Yes.
blended it
Would
in.
you-
You know what I
They're
mean?
building him, man. He looks good.
Would
That
you-
haircut alone was just a huge change.
Would you
Well,
trust?
he had no. Look,
Would you have trusted him before he shaved his head with your potato
No,
skins and stuff?
Huh.
He had a half bald one. Yo.
Excuse me, sir. This is hair in my
There's
suit.
only two
Hair in my
of
suit.
y'all with a crisp hairline over here. Right? Don't be talking about hairlines.
I'm sorry, Carl. That hairline. Is,
It's holding up.
every time I see you, that hairline going back to back.
I can't wait to go to Raw. Yo.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we gotta go.
they just announced a Shield match on Raw in Providence, so I know you
Yeah,
guys
they
are gonna get
announced a
tickets.
lot.
I don't know if you know that.
Hey, I just got a
kinda broke
message
that
like,
news.
did you get one of those messages that Braun Strowman's fighting for the title there too?
My son
That's
saw
Roman
that
and the Shield.
and immediately.
So
was like,
they've
we're
been
getting
doing
close
that
ringside
though,
seats,
so you
right?
don't know.
Yeah.
So they've been so right now.
Because there's been a lot of times they've exposed
They
themselves.
have a Shield versus Braun and somebody else, and a
Braun
Braun and Roman match. So right now they're both doing double duty.
Oh, yeah.
Which won't happen, but they've been doing that so people's like, like it doesn't ruin the
But
story.
why would the Shield even be there? Because Brock Lesnar won, right?
Oh, they came back to get the title from Brock Lesnar.
Well,
Clearly.
we'll get to that. We have
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Eddie, this one's
Yeah.
all you. This was all you.
Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy,
love
U.S.
Shinsuke.
Championship.
Clean win.
3.5.
Shout out to
That was a
Kevin.
4-star match.
Your
3.5.
favorite wrestler.
3.5.
Yeah.
But let's talk. I'm saying I hate to get there. Whoever's watching, Jeff Hardy died. Like yo, I kind of want him to retire. I've never really said that. Like he flipped.
It might be time.
Shinsuke moved, but there was nowhere else he could move. Like he had to move, and it was the hardest part of the ring. It's literally, if you've ever felt the ring before, that part feels like
Oh,
steel.
yeah,
the
we
ring
drink-
apron.
Yeah. It's the ring apron. If you don't know, it's literally like steel. He hit, boom, with the double hit. Shinsuke went in the ring. Jeff Hardy's like moving, like he don't look right. He gets hit. They get a pin. He's just laying there.
Yeah.
The ref is literally like, "Are you okay?" Like when the camera goes on, I'm not asking him like, "No, like, are you okay?"
And it was funny because when Randy Orton came out, he went right to the side of the ring. He was like, "Oh shit, Jeff Hardy's dead. I better turn around."
Yo,
You can
like,
see that his
someone
face.
You
told
can't
him-
shake my hand right now. He's knocked out.
Yeah.
I'm walking away.
Someone told him to
I-
go back.
well,
Yeah,
if
somebody
it
said,
was-
"Turn around and
no,
come back."
It
In
made no
fairness, I
sense.
really didn't watch.
And
the
then
match.
Hardy
I was
gets
at-
up.
I
You
was
see
at
Hardy
work.
get up and
In
just.
fairness.
It was, bro. It was a great match, but I'm telling you right now, when he hit his head,
Yeah, he definitely got hurt.
Yo, he got. Listen, someone pulled Randy Orton back, and then Jeff Hardy got up and started clapping.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew he had a concussion.
Yeah,
Like,
when
that-
he got
was
up
just
and was-
clapping. The doctor came around like right before they do it. The ref went there. There was he. I love all the moves he does. I love that he doesn't take anything off, and he does everything. He gives his heart out, but he might want to retire. Like I just
The
What
Hardys.
are you-
It's time.
There is nothing wrong with the Hardys calling it
Yeah,
a career
right.
now.
No, at this
Great
point, no.
career.
They've had.
like I
Almost
I
as good as Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? They had a great
Triple H is
career.
0-4 against the
It's all right, bro.
Yes, he is.
Will
Go
he be
ahead, Eddie. You got
0-5?
this one.
Yeah,
Triple H is known
Triple
to
H
win
was-
matches, aka
Give him.
Sting. When no one thought he would win, I'm just saying.
No, I know Triple H will
I've
at least
seen
get
it
this
before.
one.
He's too petty to give Sting that win, man.
But I'm saying
Oh,
he has
right
won
here.
matches.
Right.
He beat Brock Lesnar in that match. He has won matches where he was a complete utter.
Wait,
overall.
is this it?
That's
Right
it.
here. Oh God, you're an evil guy.
Yeah,
It's
we have
John
Jeff
Luke
Hardy doing the swanton on the apron. Shinsuke moves.
Boom!
Last
Bro,
second top
there's
shit.
Rough
no.
landing.
He flips because his body
Look at-
hits. He didn't flip.
Look how he's breathing.
He literally
hurt
tucked
He
his
says,
himself.
"Oh my God!" So that's
at the
when
ref.
concussion
Look at-
hits. Yeah.
look.
So look at Shinsuke's. He's gonna continue it. He's a pro. He's a damn good pro too. He gets him. No hits. It's nothing. He's just trying to. Look at Jeff looks dead. Like he
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
like he's out right now. He pushed him in. I feel like he wakes up around there. Look at him. He said, "Oh, look at he's."
Look how he's
mouthing.
breathing.
Yeah.
He's not breathing correctly. But he's still in a match, and I feel like part of him still. I've been hit in a football thing. Like, look at, he hits
Yep,
him,
with the axe kick.
hits him, which is more to the side of his, not his head. No,
Yeah,
he's
his
caught- he
upper
caught
part
him
of his
on the
shoulders.
shoulders.
Yeah.
And I think he was just like, oh, when he did it and he sat down, he's like, I'm just gonna end this match. Like,
Yeah.
Tell that to
yeah.
John Cena that Shinsuke doesn't botch moves, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Look at Daniel Bryan when
Kinshasa.
he put it in. When he hits him, he's out. Oh, look, he's still doing the mouthing thing he was doing when he hit it. He's done.
Yeah.
It's over. The match. Look at this. He's just done.
Yeah.
And now he's done. Like the match is over, and he's like,
See, if anything, I feel bad about this because we talked about this last week on our podcast.
You
We
think
did a
that's why
podcast. Gotta
Randy
plug it
Orton-
again.
that's why Randy
Yeah.
Orton turned
I'm
around?
100% sure that Randy Orton got called back because no
Yeah.
other reason
Yeah.
why he come out.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for him to come out and do nothing.
I said this too. I was like, yo, Jeff Hardy,
The ref-
unfortunately, when it
the
comes to
ref's
them
helping
getting
him up.
hurt, Jeff Hardy's going to hurt himself, and that's going to ruin his career. Matt,
Yeah,
he's going through some stuff.
Like right now,
But Jeff,
I'm telling
man,
you,
he can't do
someone
this
said
no more.
something to the ref. The ref gives a signal because they have those signals to like whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely waved them off.
When he gets closer, he got waved off. So he's just walking. I'm pretty sure he gets a signal like coming up because you can.
It's off camera. It's got to be off
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like someone gave him a signal. He's about to go. Boom.
Yep.
And now he sells it.
Yeah.
Now he just
Yeah.
does what he would like. Okay, and that's it.
He looked like
he's
a-
not worth my time. You know how they do? Like he's not worth my time. The
Yeah.
craziest part is how out Jeff Hardy is right now.
Yeah.
He's not moving. He's
Yo,
not moving.
not to
at
mention
all.
if you notice
The
too,
ref
they,
goes right back in the ring.
when Jeff Hardy starts to get up and clap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut it off
Yeah.
right
Noticed
away.
that.
Yeah, listen, no, it's so. Look at this, man. Like, he doesn't. Again, sometimes you can't tell when it's sounding, but you can tell he's done right now. Like he's just.
Yeah.
The ref is trying to get him up.
And
Yep.
he regains consciousness.
What is
That's
that?
clapping.
2 seconds later.
Yeah.
He just starts clapping.
Like,
It
yeah,
makes
It's
no
like
sense.
when he stood up, he woke up.
Yeah,
and was
yeah.
like,
And I think he still thought he was like in the middle, like he was about to do a move. Like he's like, oh, look, where's he at? I'm
yeah,
about
like
to
he
get
was
him
getting
done.
the,
I can't
the
wait for
crowd
this
back.
match to start.
Yeah. and then we had Ronda Rousey defeating Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship in a squash.
That was an
Okay,
embarrassing.
4
first
minute
off,
squash.
Shout outs to Natalia for coming out with her father's jacket.
That
The
goes
same,
We
Right
the
on.
said,
same jacket
we said she'd be
that
it.
she wore,
Because
that
they're wrestling.
that Jim Neidhart
life.
won,
Oh, yeah.
that he wore when he first won the tag titles in SummerSlam '90 against
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
against
everyone
Demolition.
thought she'd heel turn if she came out. No, she loves wrestling so much. She's already been at home all week, man. It was good.
Yeah,
to
she
see
had
her.
to get
close,
it.
man.
She
Yeah,
had to
if
get
her
it.
And they couldn't heel turn her after her dad.
Yeah,
did.
if
No,
her
not
father
at all.
passing, that was no.
Yeah,
that
so
was
like,
they had to do
like,
that.
whatever, like, let's just, crown Ronda. The crowning is being crazy right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
We'll talk about that
Well,
later.
truthfully,
But the beatdown was a Brock Lesnar beatdown. I understood it. It was to show you that she is the baddest women. Right? Like,
Yeah.
But see, that's
Yeah,
why
that's a
everybody
good
thought the
side
Bella.
for
That's
us.
why everybody started thinking the Bellas might get involved because why show
Everyone
her?
thought- because the Bellas are good guys now. You love them. They went out and hugged their. Everyone's happy with them, right? Everyone's happy. Well, not like
Well,
this fan, but the
yeah.
casual fan is happy.
Is happy with them
They're
right now.
supporting.
Yeah.
And then Nikki will be like, I am the star.
Yeah.
Because that is
Yep.
what she's the best at, is being a heel.
Yeah.
And they will say, I am the star of this. I will beat you. I was champion for the longest reigning champion. She will end up knocking Ronda out, like doing something crazy. And,
Yeah, you can
and
feel that that's where they're headed.
Like,
The
but right
Bellas
now,
are like,
it was good
we
to see
want the
last night
spotlight
her
back.
hug her right in
Yeah.
the middle, a nice hug. Everyone's like, cool. It was on one of the magazines of them hugging her with the Bellas, because the Bellas is the most popular female wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like, they got 2 shows going on. They are the most popular.
Yeah.
And it will be good. I know people complain about the match, but you got to use Nikki if you can use Nikki. If she's going to fight, you're going to
Jeff is
use her.
wrestling
She
with-
put over
But
Asuka.
No,
She put over Asuka at the Royal Rumble. She was
No, she
second
did.
to last. You're going to use her if you can. I don't know if she needed to fight Ronda, but nonetheless, you're going to use her. You got 3 years left with her. They're both on 3 years. You got a lot of time with them. You're going to use them. It's just a story.
But do you do the Evolution pay-per-view with Ronda and Nikki as your main event for that show? It draws a lot of eyes. It does draw a lot of eyes.
It draws eyes, and you're gonna watch. It's about getting people to understand that females can wrestle. Nikki will put on a hell of a match. I'll tell you right now.
But don't you think there's better options? I mean, I know Raw, it's very limited right now with the
Well,
women talent.
Who
But
do you want, Trish and Alexa to main event?
No, I don't even want that match.
Yeah, so
I
that's
really
what
don't want.
I'm saying is Ronda has to main event it because she's bringing.
No,
in
yeah,
eyes
she's
that
gonna
you
main
wouldn't
event it no
get,
matter what.
And so
Yeah.
is Nikki.
Yeah.
They're bringing in eyes that just don't normally watch wrestling.
So
And
we're not-
Those eyes will
So
watch
Becky and
forever.
Charlotte main eventing is not an option.
It is, and I still think.
But WWE won't do that. They'll,
Yeah,
they'll
because
give
they-
it to
do that
Ronda.
because
They'll give it
they
to Ronda.
already are going to do that. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, you will get a Charlotte will main event WrestleMania. I believe it will be a triple threat with Becky. If Becky can show she can be a good heel, and I mean this honestly, she can get there. I don't think I'm not a fan of.
She was
I want her to
actually-
be a heel, but she has to show you that she can get hate.
If she
Can
does
you
put-
be hated?
Okay.
Yeah, well, Becky, she was a heel on NXT, and she was
Exactly.
pretty good.
But I'm
Say.
saying, as over as she is, the best thing they want to see you do is to get those people to hate you. Can you get these fans to boo you?
Yes.
So when she was on the mic the first time, they'll boo her. But can you get them to boo you the second time, the third time, the fourth time? If she can do it, because Charlotte was super over when she came up.
Yeah.
And then she became a heel, and it took her a little bit to get them to fully get behind hating her. It's not easy to get people who know that you're just a pretend heel. Can you get them? And that's where Becky's speaking and talking will go. Can she do heel moves?
See, this is
Yo,
why
Jeff
this
is
why-
actually wrestling right now.
This is why we get
Yeah,
into the.
Jeff's actually wrestling
Jeff-
a match right now.
He's wrestling right now.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Oh Christ, he is against
Randy
Orton.
Oh my goodness.
It's all right, man.
Oh, and it's announced too that Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella is gonna face Miz and Maurice at Hell in a Cell.
Shocker.
Time out.
So that means he's
Jeff
resigning.
Hardy is still wrestling.
And then
That is
Yeah.
the most. We both said he's not wrestling. Like, that's the craziest. Yo, there's something wrong with him.
He really shouldn't wrestle. He shouldn't be in the ring anymore.
I'm telling you.
Like he doesn't have to prove anything in his career anymore. He's done it all. Grand Slam
To the main
champion.
event, by the way, guys.
taking spots.
Took a
like that.
table bump.
Yeah, what about
Is it about to move on to the
I'm
main event? Hang on.
Yeah.
What is the main event?
He's been waiting all day for
All
this,
right.
ladies and gentlemen.
This is crazy. So Brock Lesnar.
Hey, hold on. I gotta set it up. And here it is.
Get it.
Okay, so
This is good. This is good.
the moment that these two have waited for.
Oh my God! Look at the shirt. Look at My
The-
daughter got the same shirt.
Show.
The main event match at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar
Which
defending the Universal Championship against the big dog,
Big
Roman Reigns.
You don't know how to announce a match. At SummerSlam
ladies and gentlemen.
2018, you had the Beast, Brock Lesnar, the reigning, defending. Oh, God. 504 days unstoppable. He beat your favorite. He beat AJ Styles. He beat Samoa Joe. He beat Roman Reigns a couple of times. He beat everybody. He beat The Undertaker. He ended the streak. Let's remember that.
Yeah, he did.
And with that said, they put in a big dog. And they said one time, do it for the fans. Free the title. So what did he do for you guys? For you guys, he did it. He beat Brock Lesnar for you, Victor.
He did it for you.
For you, Victor. For
It was
you.
for you.
And the best thing you can do right now is praise him. I don't want to hear about how the match was. You praise a man. You tell him. Free the
When-
title. He freed it for you. You wanted it. He got it for you. You wanted the title. He got it for you.
So we're not gonna give an assist to Braun Strowman at all?
We are not going to give an assist to Braun
All right.
Strowman.
No?
All right.
Who speared him?
Hold on.
Roman Reigns did.
Hold on.
Who got the 3 count?
Roman,
Roman Reigns did.
tell him again. Really?
I'm going to dap you on that.
Wait, what song is that?
Little Duval with Snoop and Ball Greasy. It's called Smile.
Yes, son. So right now, you wanted the title freed, correct?
Yeah, of
You
course.
got the title freed.
It's on your show.
He didn't do it for us. We were okay with Roman. He did it for you.
Did it for you.
And all we want is praise. I said, we just want you to say Roman. Okay.
Say it.
Thank you.
Hold on. Wait. You over there.
You say thank you. Thank him. You wanted it free. You thank him in the camera. You say thank you, Roman Reigns, for everything you've done. You have ended one of the worst title runs ever. Roman did it for you too.
He did it for you.
You. It wasn't for us. Me and Kyle love him. We don't care if he would have won. You needed it.
Ray goes in the comments.
Ray, we got you right. He did it for you, Brian. He heard what you said, and you said you want the title. He said, you know what?
I did say it.
You said it.
I'm in
free
tears
it.
because I
Yeah.
want to die laughing right now.
Oh my God, 504 days. He did it.
Hold on. Do you guys want to hear my take on the Roman thing?
No,
Hey, put
no,
that-
no, we do not.
Okay.
We listen to you.
Okay, because
We
I was
listen
going
to
to
you.
give props,
We
but I'll bury him.
listen to you.
For a year and a
Listen
half
to you.
of hate.
All WrestleMania.
You laughed at me. You came back and laughed when he lost that WrestleMania.
Oh,
You tagged me several times. And I was like, why, Victor? We are friends. Or are we? After reading your comments of ha ha ha, then ha 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 ha, and then ha 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 ha. I was like, why is he doing this? I don't even want to be on I don't even want to be on the thread.
Yo, I left the thread. When he started that, I left the thread.
Yo, bro, he just kept tagging me. Ha, ha, ha. And then he said, yo, let Adrian have this. He's going to win. And when he lost, he came back and said, ha, 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 ha.
Oh,
Like,
and then
Wait, I said, hey, I'm so sorry you guys had to witness that because you guys were looking forward to him winning at WrestleMania.
he was so sad, man. And they took it from me. They took it from me and my daughter. My daughter was like, Daddy, you said he was going to win. I said,
I
I'm
felt
a liar.
bad.
And so's WrestleMania. Oh, my God. I had
felt-
to tell her, like, yo, it was bad.
just last week. You remember that? Just last week?
What?
Oh, the Roman shot that you threw in last week? You don't remember?
Oh. I mean, I threw a lot of Roman shots. You got to be specific.
I know, yeah. The shot. Like, what do you mean? He wakes up to going, how will I make Adrian mad today? Just writes a little note and then goes, 30 of them. He goes, what one will touch his butt?
Dude, everybody says that to you.
I know, yeah. Bro, I make a thread. They're like, Adrian made it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait, I want to hear what you're gonna say though. I did
Brian,
say.
come on. Bring it in, Brian.
I did say I wanted to hear what you were gonna say.
The title's free. Hey, hold it.
Yeah,
Hold
you-
it.
Roman gave it to us. Roman said, "Hey, you know what?
The title's free, baby.
Yo," he said, "Here, have it."
They're going to want to take this in a minute, though.
Oh, don't worry.
I'll put this right here. Hold on.
You already warned us. We'll take it right now.
No. I'll put this right here. Because, first and foremost, Eddie, during last week, what did I say that match was going to happen? What type of match were they were looking to do between Brock and Roman?
What do you mean?
Remember during the
Eddie,
chat,
what
I
is
was
that?
like, there was a match type that they were looking towards doing with this match.
Triple threat.
Huh?
Triple threat?
No. That they were going to try to pull a Goldberg-Lesnar match. They were going to try to make it super quick.
That match was good.
Carl,
That was a lot of powerhouse. That was dope. I didn't
last time we were here, after Money in the Bank, what did I say the reason they gave it to Strowman was? Because if they were going to do Lesnar versus Reigns in Brooklyn, they needed to tease Braun cashing in that briefcase.
But it
So
works for
fans,
anybody.
fans do not leave.
They weren't
Facts.
leaving.
Facts.
They're not
Now-
leaving.
Hold on.
They were.
Whoa.
No. From what Brian told me, that there was a rumor circulating the internet, and it was possibly going to happen.
Yes.
That if SummerSlam was going to get another Brock and Roman match, once the match started, everybody was going to walk.
I do got more to say. Hold on.
That seats cost too damn much.
Hold on. I have more to say.
You are talking about Brooklyn fans.
Yeah, it is Brooklyn fan. I will say
Shout out
this.
to the Jabba Tears
I got
podcast.
some more. I'm gonna get to the props portion.
I don't
of
hear
this.
you thinking them. So
I know, because I didn't heard you give him props yet.
I'm gonna get to it. That's why I said I can either bury him first
You
and give him
start with
props.
the props.
No.
And you
start.
No. Do you want me to end with the? Oh, I already ended with the. I started with the bury. But here comes to the props.
Get the rest of the bad out. Go,
All right,
go.
So for the Brock Lesnar Goldberg match, that match at WrestleMania went about how long?
8 minutes.
Okay, this one went 6:10. So this was actually shorter than that match.
Yeah.
So I think I was right on that one too. The whole
said it was
teasing,
good. It was
the whole
good.
tease. Oh, no, I'm gonna get to the good stuff. The teasing of Braun Strowman cashing in that briefcase at SummerSlam. He was literally standing ringside.
It made Braun look good, though. I'll tell you that.
It did make Braun look good. And this is the reason why we all agreed that Braun Strowman holding that briefcase made no effing sense. This was the one reason why Braun Strowman holding that briefcase made sense, was because it wanted to keep the crowd invested. Now, to the good stuff. I will, here. You can take this title. You guys,
I'm taking it back.
You guys can celebrate and rub
Because you ain't getting
Nutella.
credit yet.
You guys can rub Nutella on each other in a minute. Let me get this one out. The build for this matchup, even though it wasn't the greatest build, it was the best build that these two guys have had going into a matchup.
Roman cheered 3 weeks in a row.
Who won?
Roman Reigns was indeed
Barely.
cheered.
Barely.
Roman Reigns was indeed cheered building up to this match.
We want Roman.
Yeah,
There were literally-
Remember that?
Okay, he was
Some
being
of that
cheered
was we
until
want
he got
Strowman.
pepper sprayed and Brock showed up.
I
and
understand
laid out.
that, but then again, the
Episode
majority.
two.
Listen,
Yes,
all I know is that week 2 he was getting standing ovations, which I don't care if he gets cheered. To be honest with you, neither did WWE, but it sounded good. They got what they wanted out of turning Brock to be hated.
They got that
They did,
Brock
and they pulled
Must
every
be
they
ringing.
pulled every trick in the
yelling
book
this
to
whole
boo that
time.
man. They did everything they could to boo Brock Lesnar, and you know something, it worked.
They couldn't get a win against
WWE,
Undertaker, and they tried.
this worked. The only problem is there's a conundrum here, because we're gonna get. I'm assuming really quick we're gonna get into what occurred yesterday.
Not what?
That they cheered him. The build was actually good. And here you go. Here's another one. The match was actually pretty damn good. It was really good. It was actually a good match.
Who's the last person who opened up hitting Brock Lesnar first? Undertaker. No, Undertaker when he.
You're right.
It was
Yeah.
Undertaker when he won at when he like choked him
Survivor
out.
Series.
Yes.
When people hit Brock, I was reading something. He's like 0-4 when he gets hit first. Someone, I don't know if that's true or not. Roman Reigns opened up with a Superman punch. He never gets. He always gets suplex cities first.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
As
and
you
he
say,
opened
he
up with a
literally
punch,
gets
and it was just crazy to see him get a hit first and then go from there. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah. No. The match actually was good. And the fact that it was a fast-paced, hard-hitting, like, they didn't hold back. Like, every strike looked good. Every throw looked good. And, you know what I mean? It was a good match. It was a good match for what it was. I actually sat there and watched it for what it would be instead of paying attention to what the crowd would have done.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Between those two guys in a fast-paced, quick little match, it was very good.
I'm sorry, but for that rumor for the crowd to be walking out,
I
think,
don't believe that.
Can somebody just tell me, wouldn't they be quiet the whole time that them two were in the wrestling until Braun Strowman got into the ring and tried to catch it? Because I saw a lot.
That's
of
why
crowd.
they need.
I saw
Yo,
a
they
live crowd.
need. Braun Strowman was an insurance policy
Yes.
to make sure that wouldn't happen.
Come on.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know
You guys
what?
are
And
believing
they
in
set
spirit.
that. Hold on,
I
and they
think
set that up because the rumors started speculating
Yeah.
that Braun was gonna cash in.
They don't care about rumors. They're $1 billion. They don't even hear those
Hold on.
rumors, guys. I didn't hear it. I was not gonna hear it.
Oh,
I'm
no,
all over the
Trust-
internet.
No, there
Maybe,
was
yeah. My
there
bad,
was
man.
some. There was some.
Braun Strowman coming out there was
A new
Keep the
set,
cr-
but
But it was an insurance policy.
do things ever just happen to you guys, or does everything have that? Like, do you think that maybe they thought this is to make Braun just look good? Is it
No.
insurance?
Then why he
makes
get,
Braun
then why
look
he
good.
get owned?
What?
He got owned.
He got
Yeah,
owned.
because
that
it shows
road.
you that Brock.
Shouts to
listen,
Brock,
so
too,
listen,
for throwing the
Brock
briefcase
Lesnar
on
doesn't
that
look
man.
bad.
That was dope.
He's getting owned.
Listen,
That makes
because-
Braun look weak now.
No, but listen, Brock, because of Brock Lesnar. You don't understand. Brock Lesnar's supposed to be this unbeatable force. He only lost because he was distracted.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Braun only got attacked because he didn't think he was going to get hit, and it still took chair shots. He still, even after that, he had to hit him with chair. How does he look weak? Brock Lesnar had to use a chair on somebody. When the hell have you ever heard that? He had to use a chair.
If Braun's so good, if Roman's so good, why did Brock need to distract? Why did he need Brock to be
Because
distracted?
sometimes...
So is that our loophole? That Brock only lost because he was distracted? Is that our loophole? Can we use that as our loophole? You said it.
You just said it.
Any loophole you want.
No. You made the loophole. We didn't make the loophole.
All I'm saying is the way it's set up is he was losing most of the match and then he started winning it. Everyone looks good. Roman got the pin
Yep.
without Brock ever being touched. So it was never like he got
The rhinestone missing.
Well, guess what? Roman Reigns will hold it for 600 days now because of that.
And the sad thing is, he probably will hold it for that long.
Yeah, he probably-
He's gonna-
I'm glad you showed
No,
it.
he's gonna lose that. He's gonna lose that at WrestleMania.
Honestly, and honest to God, though, real talk.
joke.
It was a joke.
It was a joke, bro.
No, I really got to check.
Oh.
No, I will say that. I
He's
will say,
gonna, to me, his story's over. I truly believe his story's done.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Finally.
hold it to WrestleMania. He's gonna lose at WrestleMania.
Wait.
He's gonna main event again. This
What
will be
exactly
his
is he holding, though?
What is he holding?
Brian, what is he holding?
The secondary title.
Alright, I see where we're at.
give me that one
He
too.
took my phone again. He's like, yo. Nah, honestly, I enjoyed SummerSlam.
Wait.
To be honest with you.
Oh, here it is. Here you go. 1, 2.
Look at Bro, here. Let's go! Oh my God, bro, I lost it, bro.
You're the only one.
Yo, oh my God. When he
I was just like, let him have it.
It's
But
their
yo,
moment.
wait, real quick.
Just
As
let him
we're
have
going through Raw, it is wrong that Brock Lesnar is not getting his title shot.
Nobody gets a title rematch. It's in the contract.
Listen, he said he had it. The fact that Kurt Angle is literally saying he can't have it for a dumb reason. That one, he's basically saying that Roman Reigns is gonna lose because he's like, I want a champion that's, well, bro, yeah. So you know he's gonna win. He did, like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, Brock Lesnar should have came out last night and interrupted the match. That would have been pretty cool, I think, if he would have came, like, but there's no way they were gonna get him to show up back-to-back nights. But if they could have got him to interrupt the match and say, yo, I'll do this every week, even though no one would believe it.
Yeah.
If you don't give me a title shot, all right, we'll give you a title shot.
Well,
Last week,
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't hear nobody for the last 5 minutes. I was
That whole
watching
thing
my
was
man
that whole thing.
celebrate a hard-earned win.
See, that whole thing on Raw was just to keep it open. Says what happens with the UFC thing afterwards. Because it leaves if Brock goes into the UFC and gets owned,
Which he's gonna.
he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back to
Tony is
WWE.
gonna
I'm
kill
gonna tell you right now, if he wins, he's gonna come back. Listen, UFC's dying. Their numbers are down.
Yes.
throughout.
Yeah, they lost.
The reason why they offered
Lost
McGregor upfront money because they're down.
Yeah.
So he knows. Remember Dana White like 3 years ago, that fake ish he said about WWE. Now he loves it.
Yeah.
Because he needs the fans from WWE to want to watch UFC. The money that he gave Vince and them to talk about UFC on air, I heard was crazy. Like, just, hey, we'll talk about WWE. We won't insult them anymore. They're telling their fighters not to insult them unless it's like back and forth. No, just random insults. Because he
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, like, you need the 4 million, 5 million people. Like, it was like the highest viewed. The views they got in this one show.
Their highest viewed pay-per-views all involve pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
Aside from when Ronda was there,
Yeah.
everything else in McGregor,
what I'm saying?
everything else is involved Brock Lesnar or
There's
something
no
like
more
that.
ends. Like, he needs WWE right now. So
Especially with them losing Fox and everything
yeah,
to WWE.
like it's just bad right now. It's just really so he needs. They want Brock to win because then Brock can go back on WWE and say I want the title back. And people who watch that, he can promote UFC because they got more promotion from this than you hear from any other thing else. Like I got my friends asking me about it. So.
And I will say one positive thing about Roman winning the red belt. He
leads over.
He gave Finn Balor closure on last night's episode of Raw by giving him his overdue rematch, which was a solid match.
That was
Yeah,
good.
very solid.
Listen, Roman
So,
only has bad matches with
props
Brock
to him.
Lesnar. I'm telling you right now. And Rusev. He had one bad match with Rusev.
I'll fight
But-
now.
But he.
Yes, it was a good match and everything. A little soon,
But
but
I mean, no. He's gonna defend it. He had more title shots on Raw, more title defenses than Brock had his whole 504. He had one title shot on Raw. Brock didn't have one. He
That's
will
true.
have more title defenses by the
Oh, yeah.
end of November than Brock had his whole run.
Easily.
oh yeah,
So
Like you just said, he already did.
yeah, Well, I'm saying he's gonna have more title defenses.
Yeah.
Brock had 11 title defenses in 504 days, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he will have.
thank
he'll
God.
have 11 by.
thank God you're on
November.
mute.
So.
yeah. The
I like
Iconics
them. I just wish they
are
did
cutting a
better.
promo. That's mute button territory.
Meltzer.
But I will say, with Roman winning the title, clearly Vince is manipulating the fans to cheering for Roman by reuniting the Shield, because Roman's biggest reactions, babyface reactions, are when Seth and Dean are right by his side.
Shout out to the best
Wait.
three-man
But
heel
it's
turn.
smart. It's a smart play by
I'm gonna
Vince.
need
I got a
It's a smart play by Vince.
I got this.
That was a three-man heel turn.
I hate-
In any other
Hey,
universe, in
guys,
any other
it's not even our
timeline,
show
any
anymore,
other
right?
dimension,
All right.
when three baby faces attack a huge baby face, put him through a table, that's considered a heel
It's
turn.
a Shield.
But because it's the Shield and it's Roman Reigns,
I gotta
It's
get
not
this.
a
I
heel
gotta
turn.
get this. Because the Shield has always been anti-heroes. They've always been anti-heroes.
even when
They've
they were
never
good
been
guys,
good guys.
Even when
They
were
attack
good
whoever.
guys, they attack whoever. It's the same thing. The reason why, you know why Roman and I believe they found a way to get him so many fans? Because he will fight a face and a heel.
Yeah.
Shades
He's
of Grey.
literally the middle. He gets something that other people don't get. You don't get a face fighting a face, but he can give you that because if he gets booed, they don't care. So he gets to be the bad guy.
so why are they
and
still shoving Roman down as the face? He
That's
should be the
that
queen.
I agree with.
He
He
should
can
be
just
the
play
queener of the
he can
company.
play a shade of gray. He can play a shade
what
of
do you
gray, and it's
consider-
fine.
What do you and this is the great debate. What do you consider the shove? Him not holding the title for 2 years, him putting over Bryan Lopes, him putting over Braun Strowman, him letting Bryan
He's the face of the company. He's the face. He's the man. He's the big
Wait,
dog.
he's the big-
That's
Or
the shove.
He's main
coronation.
eventing shows.
Keep going.
He's main eventing shows. when you're main eventing.
Wait. So wait, is AJ Styles being forced? If you watch SmackDown, they tell you about AJ Styles. He built this place. He gave him
Okay, but if AJ Styles was main eventing 5 WrestleManias, okay, people would be complaining. I guarantee you, if AJ Styles was being brought up like Roman Reigns is being treated, people would be complaining.
He main events him. He don't even win all the matches. He just he beats the Undertaker.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Yes, Brian.
There we go. This is why, like, all right, the whole Shade of Grey thing, I'm totally cool with that. Why do we still consider Roman being shoved down our throats when you are main eventing pay-per-views where the world title, IC title, US title, tag titles, title matches that we are supposed to, as wrestling, as wrestling fans, we are supposed to look at these titles as these are the ultimate goals for these guys to achieve and win. When you're just having when you're just having a regular ass match against Samoa Joe with nothing on the line, when you guys are both on separate brands, that would be considered forcing him down our throats. When you have title matches, yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Backlash.
Him and Samoa Joe didn't main event.
They main evented the show because Samoa Joe went over to SmackDown right after that time. That was the last time that they fought, and
That
the
was in
crowd
Providence.
completely murdered it. That's when they were saying beat the traffic.
11:30. It went on to 11:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
He didn't main event the next show. He didn't main event.
Yeah, he didn't main event the next show. That's what we mean by that. But let me say this about Roman too, really. Huh? If you're not even fighting for the title,
in a row.
They open the show.
Title.
What are you supposed to do? What do you want them to do? He has the most
Build
fans.
somebody else.
Over Braun Strowman.
No. But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
he really did.
give another
He
person,
went over Braun Strowman.
which is fine.
I'm sorry.
But give
he
somebody.
has the most fans
Yes.
over Balor, over Rollins.
Yes.
He has the most fans. Okay, Rollins is getting mixed reactions. You telling me Rollins is getting mixed?
No.
Roman comes out and you hear boo.
Yes.
Rollins comes out and you hear
I have a question.
yay.
Yes, you're right. So you believe because they say, yeah, I'm about to kill this debate. Watch this. You believe because they said yay that he has the most fans?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you go off of? Because he got t-shirt sales?
Zack Ryder goes out and he gets cheered immensely. What's your point?
People are
Zack Ryder do not.
He doesn't. I will sue you if you say he doesn't.
Because Zack Ryder got himself over. And what did WWE
So I have a question.
Oh, you didn't get over with us? Get the hell out of here.
So I have a question.
Roman's if Roman would go
you believe
online,
Zack Ryder has more fans than, let's say, I don't know.
maybe
Samoa
back
Joe?
in maybe back in the
He gets more.
past,
He gets more cheers than Samoa Joe does.
Joe still gets cheered.
Joe comes out
Joe,
to
Joe,
thank you.
Joe's gonna kill you.
The entire crowd is cheering for Samoa Joe.
Wait. Don't talk about Samoa Joe to his face.
He gets Joe chance to win, not the whole arena. He doesn't get a whole arena.
Yes.
Joe?
The
Yeah,
entire
he
crowd is cheering
Guys,
Joe.
Guys, put on the match right now.
So when he comes out, the entire arena is not in unison chanting Joe.
No, you had sections chanting
No, that's an
Same
arena.
thing with Roman. You hear the girls, Roman, and then you hear everybody else.
But
Boo.
higher pitches.
Roman sells the most, right? So what fans are buying it? If it's not him,
Cares about t-shirts. I know. Corporate wise.
Who's buying it if it's not his fans?
The kids.
Bullet Club.
Weird.
So you believe that only kids,
Because that's all you hear is high-pitched voices cheering for Roman.
They're at 13,000. So when they post a picture on, let's say, Instagram, right, and he has the most likes, who is
What? All right. Here's
We have a match.
here's my
We
counter
got
to
a
that.
match. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns having a match. Okay.
Seth will get cheered more.
There you go. You just answered your own
That
question.
doesn't mean he has more fans. It means in the building.
You just answered your own question. You
I
just said he gets
more
cheered
fans.
more.
Anywhere.
He will get cheered more because
They can go to New Japan. They can go to Japan and people would cheer Rollins over Roman.
What I'm saying is,
You're a hater.
You're talking about right now. If we're here right now, right?
Yes.
Let's just say point blank, if people all cheered for Bryan, right?
Woohoo!
There'd be 4 people, right? But I could sell way more shirts than Bryan could. Because I'm more popular online than he is.
Because you're
But
you're
t-shirt
more
sales
exposed.
mean nothing when
Because
you're
you're more
talking-
exposed.
I have more
But Roman-
Wait. Who used the term casual fan? What is a casual fan? Because I remember I got hell for that.
No. And I'm trying to use that for you.
Came in second in the
But
PGA.
Roman, he's getting put out there. Of course he's going to be selling more. He's always out there. He opens the show. He closes the show. He's middle of the
More
show.
people tune in. You understand that when Raw comes on,
People-
Roman's on. When Roman's on, they have 4 million viewers.
But do you not
When he's
realize
not on, there's
that-
3 million viewers.
The ratings are going down, and then Brock Lesnar-
Since I have the microphone right now, Victor, you did say this was going to happen last week.
What I'm saying is, when you look at it, Roman ended last night. It ended with 4 million viewers. Before that, they hit 3.2.
Because they tuned in because they Shield. The Shield popped out.
What's coming on?
Oh, the second the Shield.
You didn't know the show!
that, you had Braun Strowman.
Anytime Roman comes on, a million more viewers
And
turn
then
in.
Braun Strowman
Who are
came
those
out.
million people? Kids? Are they just kids?
Come on.
If that's what we're going by, kids,
Braun Strowman came out
buy this.
before their match. So of course everybody was like, oh, let's watch this.
But no,
Because
every time Roman comes out, there's more people watching. Every time. I posted it.
I don't believe that one.
I'll show you. I'll send it to you. Every time he comes out, more people watch.
Gotta cut.
That's what I'm saying is, listen. Roman's going to be champion for the next 8 years, so you just got to deal with it.
Oh man. Okay.
Imagine 8 years.
We gotta like.
back to the over again? Oh my god.
Imagine an 8-year champion.
Oh my God, no.
Oh God, no! We can't have that in
Styles was
this.
champion
We can't
for
have
8 years.
this. We can't have that.
Hey guys,
Not
just so
in
you
this-
guys know, me and Brian were on the show too.
Hi, everybody.
In case
Welcome
y'all
to
forgot.
Takeover 5. Takeover 5.
In case y'all forgot, this is our show.
Whenever on the show, it turns into this. I apologize.
Yes, Codex Prime knew what they were getting into, though.
I did.
By the way, Codex Prime got merch.
Yes,
Yes.
we do.
Another plug.
We have merch.com.
I can wear it on my NFL Nation where I get like a million comments.
So yes, that was our SummerSlam takeover discussion, debate,
Oh my God.
all that. You saw what happened. U.W.O, Adrian, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Invite me back again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we still got to do question of the week.
my fault.
I'm trying to find. After
My
I
bad.
get to it.
It's like 9 now.
I know, I got
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Yeah.
All right. Last week's question of the week was, what is your ultimate video game dream match? Now, the hashtag Blackout Podcast. They said Mika versus Flavor Flav, or Bad Mr. Frosty versus King, or Joker versus Dawson, or Ben Affleck versus a cheese grater. And then Dream Rival says Mortal Kombat Scorpion against DC's Batman.
Okay.
I got a question.
How about Goku versus
That has
Naruto?
nothing to do with this. So Superman used to be able to get shot, right? Remember, like they added it, he could die from bullets. You guys ever read that comic? You guys never
No.
read that?
I'm not a DC guy. I'm not a DC guy.
I haven't read that one actually.
How's that?
Gotta look for it.
Google it.
All right,
So
so
he rechanged him. He could die by a bullet. It only lasted for like 2 comics to end it. I want to know why it ended. You guys don't know.
right.
Because he
I'm
could
doing a
die.
lot
He ain't leaving yet. He ain't leaving yet. This week's question of the week, since it's SummerSlam, your all-time favorite SummerSlam match. I'm gonna say mine first before all y'all steal it.
What?
Brett versus Davey Boy Smith, SummerSlam '92.
Damn.
My
That's a
answer.
good one. You know what mine was?
Oh, God.
Roman versus Brock, baby. The title is back. I'm out of here.
Or Brock Lesnar versus anybody else at SummerSlam. He did 5. He beat 2014 against John Cena.
You stole mine.
Him and Rock. Rock and Rock too. Rock and the Rock.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that was actually
Oh,
really
the
good.
first
That was
You know
a
what's
really good match.
crazy? Because they want to protect Brock, he doesn't do any moves. It's just the same moves all the time because it's easy to do it. I wish that he would
Go back to the
go
old
back
Rock.
to the
Go
old
back
Brock.
to
Yeah.
like you said
Like I
last
said,
time you
people
was here.
forget that the man
He was a
can
5-star
wrestle.
fighter. Yeah.
Yes.
But he just can't get hurt.
Yeah.
Like he literally goes, I'm gonna beat like the John Cena match, which was cool with John Cena. People hate John Cena, but what he's done for the company is really crazy. And it's pretty cool to see him just die. John Cena has lost to.
You gotta
John
keep
Cena
up
has.
with the mic, bro.
Oh my bad. John Cena has lost to Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Triple H. Like he is losing. Like you know what I mean? He beat Baron Corbin, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like John
Undertaker
Cena
beat
has
him.
done so much.
It's hard to train when you're working until 9:45 at TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
Ray got a good match.
That's good, man.
Ray got a good match.
Like, that's
Ray got
just
a
good to
good
see.
match.
Shout out to Ray.
You have to have written somewhere. That's just,
JoJo versus JoJo.
That's a great
Ray
match.
Gomes.
Yo, Bray Wyatt. is-
Wait. High five for last week's black dress.
Yeah, JoJo's out.
Oh yeah. Nick Thomas got my answer. He said,
What about the yellow one she had?
eight-
on yesterday?
Oh my God.
Ooh.
AJ versus John Cena. That was a dope match at SummerSlam.
Good answer.
Ray Gomes hit us with another one. JoJo versus the mic.
How about just JoJo just in the ring? That's
JoJo
That's
versus
all
the,
I
Hey,
need.
JoJo
3
versus
hours
the
of
middle rope.
JoJo doing spins in the ring.
JoJo
Highest
versus the
rated
middle
show
rope.
ever.
All right. As you can see, clearly we have some thirsty people on the show. So
Let us be thirsty.
Disgusting. I'm with you.
Let us be thirsty.
yes,
Shout outs to Dennis.
It's gonna take me an hour to get to my car.
Shout out to Gabe.
yes.
Gabe got the.
I'll say,
I'm telling you, Gabe got the iCloud like hack
Gabe
or
is the
something.
plug on with his modeling pictures.
Yo, Gabe came
All right,
back on.
but we gotta end this. Thank you to Adrian for coming
Yo, join
through.
my group. It's wild.
Yeah.
Wrestling Fantasy Warfare on Facebook. Join us. We'll let y'all in. Shout out to the U.W.O.
Quick plug.
Yep.
Quick plug. Wait. I'm sorry. Real quick.
Yeah.
Kyle will be doing something. If you like the NFL, Kyle will be doing a segment. Just saying he don't even know what he's doing, but he's gonna do it for me. Woo, let's go.
Okay. Also, you can get our Codex Prime merch at wehavemerch.com.
Yep.
You can just search Codex Prime Podcast or just go to wehavemerch.com /collection/Codex Prime Podcast.
Tune in
else, y'all?
on Wednesdays. U.W.O. on Anchor.
Yep.
Download it.
That's
free.
Thursday morning. Oh, yeah.
$3.99.
Yeah, we go Wednesday nights.
Awesome.
Go on Wednesday nights on about half hour after we're done.
All right. Cool.
If that.
And thank you guys again for everything that y'all do, promoting us, plugging us, talking about us. Man,
Oh,
we
of
really do
course,
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And as
And
always,
then, and coming soon, the ultimate matchup.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's talk about this. Excuse me for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, this man said that I was gonna get his hands. You understand? But that was
Hands.
he's a Cowboys fan. You can never believe him.
No,
Listen,
because a Panthers fan is just that, right?
oh my gosh.
shout out to my boy Derek at work. Well, I'm definitely gonna hit you up when we get that match in, man. And you're gonna lose, just so you know.
You will get these hands. You will catch this. You will catch that out.
Listen,
So
man,
as
I'm like
we
Dave
like,
Bryan. I can't catch. You see what I'm saying?
it was a catch. So as for the Codex Prime podcast, we bid you adieu. Bang.
Yeah. Peace out, nerds.
Later.
And Roman is still not the guy.
One last shot across the body.